Like what?
A lot of my spells.
I got rid of the second coral dagger because you don't need it. You don't need it because you don't have a dex mod, so it actually doesn't matter if you can just click the coral dagger twice. It doesn't matter if you're attacking with two of them.
Okay.
That was the only thing I took out, I believe.
I can't even make a smiley face.
Am I not, do I have to do something else? Like, join a game, or...
Are you in the game?
I don't think
You have
so.
to click the campaign.
And then click launch game.
Oh, okay. I'm done.
No, you just didn't notice it. That doesn't mean you're dumb.
What you said.
Oh, nice. All right. So I'm gonna learn ceremony, and then I'm gonna make all you guys marry each other, so that we all get
They have
plus
to be
2
willing
to armor class.
participants.
Not if I command them to.
Yeah, well, I mean, the command only lasts a certain amount of time, so.
Command only works when when it's one word. Just to let
Marry.
you know.
The word is
Yeah.
marry.
Yeah, one word, and we have to what's it called, fail. I think wisdom
Well,
saving throws.
almost every character is wiser than you at the moment, Winston.
Yeah.
So.
Well, shit.
So yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen.
How do I
So
do
the characters with
Just
the
gonna-
lowest wisdom, I think, are Nathan and Sam. So I guess you guys are getting married.
Yeah.
Nathan has negative
Oh,
1
okay.
wisdom.
You guys are gonna have plus 2 armor class for 7 days. It'd be worth it.
But you're married for the rest of the campaign. Congratulations.
Till death do you part.
So is everyone good? Did everyone see what I said about everyone has 30 gold?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't. Not.
Nice. So I'm just gonna set everybody to 30 gold for now. And from here on in, we'll just keep track of everything. Better.
Sam, do you know how to pop out your character sheet from Roll20?
Yeah, Sam, have you used... Okay, so everyone's character sheet is set up on Roll20. Who doesn't know how to use their Roll20 character sheet?
What does that mean?
Alright, so... Since I'm going to go over for Sam, I guess you guys can listen if you don't know how to do it. So Sam, if you go to the top right and you go to your journal, which is like the 3rd button in, if you hover
It looks
over
like
No,
an
it's the second button
No,
in.
it's the second.
Oh,
It looks
Okay.
like an ID.
oh, well, it's a little confusing that I have different amounts of buttons than you guys, okay.
I meant the journal.
Okay, so you should see your character sheet. It says Theestra.
Yeah.
If you just click on your name,
Okay.
and then click the tab that says character sheet.
Okay.
So I put in all your information for you.
I thought I did. Put some of it anyway.
Well, I wouldn't change a bunch of stuff after because of the weapon change you have. So Sam, if you click any of the words on your character sheet, like if you click strength, it'll just do that roll for you in chat.
Go ahead and attempt it just to make sure you know how to do it. Click on strength.
And minimize.
See?
hell?
Yep, it just made it. It made a strength roll for you in chat, and you can do the same thing with any of the other words next to it. Like if you hover over it and it turns red. One thing that you guys will have to use kind of often is initiative. So if you hover over the word initiative and you click it, it won't work right now because I don't have the turn tracker open. But if I open it and you click initiative, it'll automatically add your character to, or it shouldn't add. It should add them to the turn. Oh, it's because you guys don't have any tokens on the field. That's why.
Could you
No.
my character sheet automatically just minimize itself and I can't maximize it? I don't know if you can do that. anything about that?
Is it back? I just opened it.
I think it's on her side. I don't think.
I can control where the window is. I control what tab you have open, but I think that's it.
Because I'll show you what's happening on my end. But it's
Sam, to make it easier on you, do you see that there's like a little pop out icon top left of the character sheet?
Possibly. I think I might have clicked that.
Okay, well if you click it, that enables you to drag it outside of the window.
Drag it what?
Drag it outside of the window. So if you have a second monitor, you can put it on the other monitor. And
Yeah, I
still click
think
on there.
that's what I did.
Okay,
On accident.
well, that's good.
So another thing, Sam, is if you look on the character sheet, I programmed all your attacks into it, so you can just click like Eldritch Blast and it'll roll it in chat for you automatically.
Okay. That worked.
Does
Two
anyone have
hands.
any questions about how the character?
You're cutting out by.
You know what?
Do we
Is that better?
need like anything other than like stat points and HP and items?
And not usually. No, I usually just put in like
It's
the
working
attacks and the stats and stuff, and you can keep track of most long-term stuff on your character sheets in D&D Beyond because that kind of supports things a little better. With Roll20, if you want to add stuff that's outside of like the base game, you have to like pay for it and stuff like that. So I usually just use the Roll20 character sheets for like stats.
Okay.
If you want to keep track of like your gold and stuff in Roll20 instead of D&D Beyond, that's fine, just as long as you're keeping track of it consistently one place.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Never mind, I
I
got
just lost what we were talking about.
You can keep track of your gold here as well if you want
Okay.
to, if you'd rather do that instead of Roll20, but it's
Okay.
up to you guys, as long as you guys are keeping track of your stuff.
Wait, what?
He's saying that you can put your gold in on the character sheet, either on Roll20 or on the
D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond, whichever we would prefer.
Okay.
I was like, what the fuck was that noise? That's the friggin' thing I had playing. I thought there was something rattling against our window. It was raining all day, so I thought it was the rain or something.
You're not breaking up anymore, by the way.
Yeah, because
I think your mic's far
yeah, I was
away.
also, it was far away, and I was kind of just flopped back in my chair, so. Alright. So, does anyone have any other questions about the character sheets?
Danielle, did you get yours working?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, it wouldn't like. I just had to leave the thing and come back.
Oh, yeah.
All that fun stuff.
Alright, is everybody here?
What do the successes and failure marks do?
On your character sheet? That
Yeah,
is
on the roll
for
20.
that is for death saving throws. So the way that death works in this game is that when you hit 0 HP, you're knocked unconscious, and at the beginning of every one of your turns, you have to roll a d20. Like no mods or anything, but if you get 10 or if you get 11 or higher, it's you get a success. If you get 10 or lower, it's a failure. After 3 failures, you die, and with three successes, you get revived with 1 HP, I think.
Okay.
No. If you get a
right?
natural 20, you get revived to 1 HP. But if you get 3 successes, you're stabilized.
Stabilized, so you don't have to make the throws anymore. If you take damage while you're down, that's an automatic fail. And if an enemy hits you while you're down and crits you, that's 2 fails.
Okay.
And at any point while you're down, if someone heals you, you'll be fine.
Okay.
I have a spell that will automatically stabilize you, so you won't have to make any. What's it called?
Throws.
Saving
Okay.
death throws. Saving death throws. I mean, whatever the hell I'm saying.
Yep, that word.
Any other questions or anything that we did last week that anyone had any questions about or anything like that?
No.
Where do you track your gold? Is it under the equipment tab?
On D&D Beyond?
Roll 20.
If you just scroll down on the first page, there's
little icons that look like gold, silver.
Is it the GP?
yeah.
How much gold do I have?
Everyone has 30 gold.
And that's with us selling the.
That's with you guys having sold the other stuff you found. So I'm just
Okay.
gonna.
What is EP?
That's so a gold. So 10 coppers equals 1 silver. 5 silvers equals 1 electrum. We're not really going to use electrum. So electrums are like $5 bills. Coppers are like dimes. Silvers are like $1 bills, and golds are like $10 bills, basically. We're not really going to use electrum because no one really uses electrum.
What's the thing after gold? Is it
I'm assuming
Platinum.
PP is platinum.
Platinum, which is 10 gold. We'll use those later, but I think electrum are just clunky. It's better to just keep it in tens.
Yeah.
But yeah, whichever place you guys want to keep track of your gold is fine with me. Just make sure you don't mix it up or anything. If
You're consistent.
Yeah. If you want to keep track on both, that's fine. Okay, so is everyone else good? Are you all set with your spells, Winston?
Yeah, I'm setting it up on stuff.
Okay.
So what does the hit dice do? Is that when you roll hit?
What?
the hit
So the hit
dice?
dice is when you roll hit.
Hit
What
dice.
is hit dice?
So a hit dice is the dice you get for your max HP every time you level up, basically. So like,
So hit points.
yeah, it's hit points, yeah, and you also use hit dice to kind of determine how much HP you gain back from resting and stuff like that.
So how do you roll for your hit stat or whatever it is?
What do you
Like to
mean?
see if you hit or not.
To see if you hit or not is always going to be a D20.
But he's asking like.
Oh,
what
from
you
the
would-
from the character sheet. So on the character sheet, if you click like arm staff one-handed, Seth, it's gonna roll that. It's gonna roll the 2 hit and the damage tree. It's gonna roll all of it.
So it does it all for you.
Yeah, it does all
Yeah.
for you.
Wait, I'm going
So
for.
if you look at
cross
chat, you rolled a 17 to hit, and then you rolled 10 damage.
What does the 20 mean?
It's advantage and disadvantage.
Yeah, if you have advantage, you'll get to pick the higher number, but otherwise you'll just use the first number. Does that make sense? Ooh. Ow.
What'd you do?
You okay?
Oh, my hand. I felt like I poked something.
Glass shards from the rocks.
Fucking hope not. Alright. So is everyone else good with everything? Any other questions?
I am okie dokie.
I think I'm good.
Let's see. Okay, sounds good. So,
Alright, all of it worked.
everyone roll a d20, please.
Are we rolling a d20?
Determining who dies. We're only playing 6 sessions. There's going to be one of you left at the end.
Lovely.
How do I?
Alright, so Seth lost.
Wow, I got the highest roll so far.
How do I roll a d20 again?
So on the left-hand side, there's that icon that
Oh,
looks
yeah,
like a
that's
dice.
right.
Yeah.
Is
I mean,
it
Seth
we're
already
actually
lost,
playing
so it doesn't
golf?
mean-
We're actually playing golf.
Sam
so
got a
Seth
high
wins.
roll.
Well, I mean, Seth is the unfortunate victim. I mean, this wasn't something you win, but so does anyone know what inspiration is? I mean, I know Danielle does.
No.
So inspiration is something the DM can give out to people. If you look on D&D Beyond, you've got like a little checkbox next to your HP that says inspiration. That when you click it, like a little sun pops up.
Yeah.
Inspiration basically is like a one-time use point I can give to someone if I feel like they did something cool, and you can cash it in for an advantage on something. If
Okay.
that makes sense.
So like to any kind of like spell or in combat.
any kind of like spell or combat or like a check or
Save
something.
throw.
Okay.
So one thing that some people do is they let the players give the recap of the last session, and then if they do a good job, they can get an inspiration. So Seth rolled the worst, so you get to give the recap for last week, Seth. And if you do a good job, I'll give you a little sun icon on your character sheet.
Sweet. Alright.
You can only have one
I'll
inspiration
start
at a
it.
time. Wait.
Uh,
So Seth, let's keep in mind that this is Seth giving the recap, not his character, because if it was his character, it'd be like, I was in a box for fucking 4 hours.
Alright, so last week there was a mermaid and some sort of elf that hooked up when they got out of the ocean, and they met. Who was it? Nathan. Nathan, who is Finn, who is really shiny. And then they also hooked up with the dwarf, the midget dwarf, and they got ambushed by 8 goblins. A lot of grappling happened, and then let's see. I don't remember last week now. A lot of grappling. The box got carried off. Jackie got carried off. Shit. Which one is? What's the nurse character name? Or Winston's character name?
Winston's
It's-
character is Ryle.
Yeah.
Ryle decided to, get a whole bunch of goblin noses as a memento. And carried
It's
those
like
back there. So after the box and Jackie got dragged off, Voralisi, is that how you say it?
Yep.
Got ambushed, or she got caught in a trap. And luckily, Ryle
Yeah.
Ryle.
was there to save her, and Montgomery was there
Save
to,
big quotation.
was there to catch her. And then she got hit again, did she? She got trapped again, did she?
I
Almost.
nearly got.
Or did you just roll your way out of that one?
I
She rolled her
sort
way
of
out.
rolled.
Yeah, and I think
No,
No, I catch her. No, I think I caught her.
Yeah, you grabbed her.
So she was saved from the second trap, and then they ended up going into a cave. And there was a bunch of wolves in there, and Jackie used her animal talking to talk the wolves out of attacking. And then they killed one, or they attacked one goblin, interrogated the goblin, and I don't know, my memory's getting pretty foggy at this point. Basically, they ended up going all the way to the back of the cave, where there was a big bugbear. Is that what it is?
I'm
Yeah, it was
surprised
a bugbear.
because I didn't remember that.
So there's a big bugbear that almost killed Montgomery with his wild swings. But Ryle was there to save the day with his axe and his paladin ways. And they eventually busted the guy out of a box. And they picked up some sort of jeweled thing, figurine, sculpture, what have you. What? And they also faced the alpha wolf in the cave. And then once the gang got together and tried to get out of the cave, they were ambushed by another goblin that was holding a captive that is somehow knows Voralisi. Voralisi saved the guy after he was chopped off the bridge. Montgomery and Ryle pretty much killed all the goblins, except for the goblins that knocked themselves off of the bridge and killed their buddies.
Disappointing amount of them.
Yep. And we got out of the cave with the captive, and that's where we left off.
Nice. I'll give you
I
an
think-
inspiration for that, Seth.
Nah, I
Oh,
wouldn't.
boy.
You forgot to mention the part where I collected, how much was it? 15 goblin noses?
I
He,
believe it
he
was
mentioned
15.
he started. You mentioned you started at.
I
least.
didn't know how
He hit a
many
lot of the key
ended up
points
with.
for not even playing in the session. So.
Yeah, I would definitely give it. I mean, he even remembered Bugbear. I mean, how many of you knew what that guy was called?
Not I. What
I
guy's
didn't know what he
name?
was called, but I remembered it as a
Well, that was the map. I didn't mean to
big
delete that.
motherfucker.
I don't remember his name either.
Did we talk to the captive at all?
Yeah.
Didn't he pass out?
I mean, he passed
Was
out.
he passed
He
out?
passed out.
He was super freaking unconscious.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah,
Oh.
keep in mind that you have that inspiration if you want to use it for anything in the future stuff.
Do I get to click it on my sheet?
Yep.
Oh boy. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Definitely well done for not even having been in the camp in the session. To be completely honest. So next week you won't have to roll for the recap. I'll make someone else do it. Why is this all dimmed out for me?
The game's trying to tell you that you're dim.
Apparently. Good. Alright, so... Oh my god. Oh, you know why? I know why. It's because
Whoa.
this is on the wrong layer. Oh my god.
You guys
Hold
know
on
what
a sec.
happens when you mix all the colors of the rainbow?
I don't know what happens.
You get brown. Brown.
Excellent.
So
Basically, grow up.
technically speaking, we all shit rainbows, okay?
That's one way to put it.
Alright.
There's a square at the top left.
Yeah, I'm working on it. It's not letting me pick it up. It's because I'm on the wrong layer, I think. Hold on.
It's the ultimate.
Yeah, it's because I was on the wrong layer. Oh, so I can actually just draw on the map layer. I didn't realize that.
But do you want to? Because you might have to reuse the map.
Yeah, you don't want to draw on it.
Why not? I can get it. I can get a new map. It's as easy as clicking and dragging a picture into Roll20. That's it.
But there's a reason they have multiple layers.
But I want to draw on the map because there are things that are part of the town. I don't understand what the negative for that is. There are things that are supposed to be there, not the friggin' not whatever monstrosity you guys were building.
Yeah, I think that was just Winston.
No, I drew on the rainbow too.
Oh.
Oh, okay, so I actually...
I added the purple in the clouds.
Alright, so anyways,
I have another question.
yes.
On the Roll20 sheet, do I have to track keys to class resource?
You can if you want to.
Okay.
we were
supposed
both
to do
we
that,
were
you
doing the same
bastard.
thing. We both were coloring over the word the Lin to change it to pan. We both saw that. The town of Panda. For Alicia, I'm retconning you into a panda character. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So, any other questions? Is everybody good?
Good.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
If we die in the game, do we die in the real life?
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
Just gonna go over there and stab you.
All right, charge.
I don't remember writing down the guard's name who we saved.
The guard's name is Sildar.
Okay.
Luckily, I remembered that. Because I didn't think I was going to.
If we're supposed to put, like gold, where would we put it?
So, it's probably preferred.
Oh.
Why don't you... Oh, are you... Which character sheet are you on, Sam? Are you on the Roll20 one?
The D&D Beyond one.
So, if you go to the Equipment tab, there's a
Yeah,
little...
I think-
It says currency in the top right, and you just click that, and it'll open.
30.
Yep, 30
Wait.
gold.
Did we have 40? 10 to begin with?
We'll just say you guys each had, like, 15
Because it-
to start with, and then change
Because
it. Just change it to
it.
30.
Sorry, I didn't mean to keep interrupting.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm sorry
Because
if I interrupted.
It's already had 10 on there, so that's why I
So we had
was
15
confused.
to start with? I didn't know this.
Okay, so I'll add
In the Spencer
5.
games, anyway.
So we had 10
It
to start with.
depends, I
Who?
think, on the person.
So we have
Yeah.
45 right
No,
now.
everyone has 30.
He's
Okay.
just
Oh,
making
You're
it even
confusing the
harder.
heck out of me.
There's nothing confusing about it if
Wait.
you
oh, yeah.
read D&G General, where I
No, but
directly
you told
state
Sam that we started with some initially, so it
Yeah.
confused me because I thought we were adding on
Except
30 to 15.
everyone kept interrupting, and what I said was, you started with 15, you gained about 15.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Where do you put currency?
Go to equipment on D&D Beyond. Go to equipment, and there's a thing
Wait,
in
wait,
the...
wait, wait. D&D Beyond?
Are you on Roll20 or D&D Beyond?
Roll 20.
Okay, so if you want to keep track of it on there, just go to your character sheet and then scroll down a bit. It's right below your attacks.
All right. Do
see.
we have PP or GP?
GP. You have 30
All right.
GP.
All right, no PP.
You do not have 30 platinum, no.
Dang it.
Alright, is everybody good? Has everybody figured out where to keep track of their currency?
I hope so.
No. Where do I put my currency?
I'm gonna fucking kill you. I know you're absolutely full of shit. Fuck you.
Yes.
You get an uninspiration for that.
You're gonna fail your first roll.
Get disadvantage.
The phone's buzzing.
That scared me. It wasn't mine, it was yours.
Yeah, it was mine. I got it. I'll put it in my pocket so it doesn't be super loud to you guys. Alright, so are we good with questions? Are we ready to begin?
Minor
Yeah.
question.
Yes.
It's more of not a this question, more like a if we're still playing at like 8:30, can I have a short break so I can order food?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I just wanted to tell you before like we get and I'm all of a sudden like I need a break.
Do you want to just order your food now, or are you not hungry yet?
No, I'm gonna get Dad to bring it home, and he ends work at 8:30. So
Okay, that's fine.
that's why I specifically asked for
I
that
have a question.
time. Yes.
Do I have my little feature now?
It'll come in a little bit.
Okay.
So, I haven't gotten to work a ton on everybody's characters yet. I've done some work with Sam. I've done a lot of work with Jackie and Danielle and Nathan. But I need to work on. I'm gonna be doing a little more work on Vic and Ryle, and I want to do some more work with you, Sam, still. And also, what's the other thing I was gonna say? You falling asleep over there? Sorry. I did buy that chocolate earlier. Oh wait, you're eating that chocolate thing. Never mind. What else was I gonna say? Something else important. Also, I want to work. I wasn't as prepared as I wanted to be last week, so I kind of rushed into the beginning and everything. I'm probably gonna write up a little bit of the beginning stuff for you guys, like leading up to being hired as bodyguards and leading up to you and Sam working
To
together.
kind of connect the dots a little bit more.
Yeah, because I did rush it a little bit last week because I knew if I postponed it or something, then we would never do it because I would never be prepared enough. But I've kind of figured out my process and a little bit more about how to organize myself, so it should be better going forward. And I have some good ideas for coming sessions. Of course, I spent a lot of the week working on 10 sessions from now instead of working on today, but it's fine, whatever. So you guys fashioned a kind of makeshift what would the word for it be? Carry patients on it, there's a
Gurney?
word for it. Gurney. Yeah. Except without the wheels, a thing to carry Sildar on from some of the lashing together a couple of the goblin beds worked pretty well. As gross as that is, but
He's unconscious. What's he gonna do about it?
yeah, exactly. He's not in a place to complain right now.
Are we gonna draw something on his face?
No.
No.
I mean, we could.
Yeah,
He's a tortured
Well,
victim. He doesn't. Don't do shit like that.
Do you have a
That
marker?
that just means he's used to it.
I don't remember
No.
Goblin Slayer doing that to any of them, so.
That's not happening.
It's
I'd
the
slap your
Jigglypuff
hand away.
mark.
It's just not happening.
Jigglypuff Goblin Slayer.
Exactly. So, you guys spent the next few hours it's slow going. Phandalin's really only like 6 hours away or so, but it's late. It's like late afternoon, evening right now, and the sun is starting to set. And you guys of course, have to get him out of the woods before you guys can really speed up a little bit. And it's been slow going. So you guys are now back on the trail, the Tribor Trail, which leads back to Phandalin, with Sildar. Sun is just about to set. Pretty low visibility right now. It's not full dark, but lighting torches might help. What do you guys want to do?
Who's carrying? Who's
Who's in charge of the victim?
That's a good question. So who is carrying him?
I don't think I have enough strength to carry him.
Well, we do have 3 characters with negative strength stats, so there's that.
I think Ryle's the strongest. Next would be. I actually have a sheet for this.
It's either Vic or Montgomery. One of the two.
I think ours is the same. I'm not sure.
So Montgomery has 13, Ryle has 18. I swear we had and then you have 11, Danielle.
Yeah.
So Vic has negative strength.
Yeah, he does. But probably I would say probably Monty and Ryle.
So we have
These
two
are
people
short.
carrying him?
Well, Ryle has the kind of handles on his shoulders, and you're walking normally, so.
Okay.
So I guess Ryle Montgomery would. Wait a minute. I only have like 1 spell left. So. Or did I use?
Oh yeah, I forgot to add the evening star that we got from that person.
Oh yeah, the Morning Star. Yep.
I forgot about that.
I can see pretty good in the dark.
Yeah, I have dark vision.
Yeah, I don't have dark vision. Who can see in the dark?
I can
I
see
can
up
and
to
Sam.
120 feet in the dark, I think.
I have a
think mine's
torch,
just
but I
30.
can't. I don't have hands to use it. So somebody wants to use my
Okay.
torch.
Where's my 30?
I'll set up. I'll light another torch.
Is my dark vision 30?
Yeah, 30. You don't have great dark vision.
I'll light another. I'll light another torch and set it in front of. If Ryle and Montgomery are the ones that are carrying.
I mean, if you light Sildar on fire,
No, no,
I mean,
but
that could work.
I can actually cast light on Sildar.
I mean, I guess that's a legal action if you want to.
His nose will grow
I mean,
very bright, and
it is
he will
gonna
be the.
it is gonna make
Rudolph.
it. I will point out that is gonna make it really hard for Monty to see, seeing as the light source is behind him and he doesn't have dark vision.
So, I'll carry a torch and walk in front of
Okay.
Montgomery.
Okie dokie. So it is now. Are you okay, Sam?
Just imagine us carrying Rudolph through the forest.
Rudolph down, Rudolph down.
That would be a different type of D&D.
So, anyways, it's now full dark out. You're not really hearing these morning sounds that are playing in the background because I didn't really think it through when I put the music on. But it is now full darkness out.
You want to put some owl sounds on?
Yeah, sure.
So immersive.
Cannot play a.
3 hours worth of owl sounds?
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, it wouldn't let me play the song because it's longer than 3 hours.
I
realized I actually don't have a torch, so I'm just going to light up my mace.
Oh my god. Alright, well, I have one. Hold on.
That works.
Yep. Apparently I did not buy that. So that's what I need to buy.
Oh, I have one. Oh, what you played sounds good. Oh, no,
So
that's
which one are you
good.
gonna
Hold
play?
on. No, I'm gonna skip his, because mine was playing, so... Is it working?
Don't know.
You have to turn it up a little bit. Some of these ambient ones are a little quiet.
Oh, yeah, I have it really low.
And it's nice that it did play in the beginning, but you do hear wolves howling in the distance.
Oh, great.
So what are you guys doing? Stopping
With
for the
my
night or
night
what?
vision, do I see any of the owls passing by?
The owls? You can kind of see them through the trees, but the trees in this area are kind of dense. You can't really see anything up close to really examine it.
Okay, so I can't see it well enough for my druid shape-shifting. Okay.
Nope.
You know, we really should have collected that alpha wolf's head.
You also can't turn into flying animals till later.
That's true, but can I still have it in my repertoire?
Sure, I guess. Yeah, if you're familiar enough with that, I don't see why not.
Would I know how dangerous the woods are at night?
For the most part, until recently, when these goblins kind of took up, the main road is relatively safe. Tales of wolf attacks are pretty rare. They're much more likely to be bothered by smaller animals, such as like coyotes or foxes, like mostly just taking food, not really attacking them. But it's a decently wooded area, so there is that wolf sound in the background. I love it. But you guys are probably 7-8 miles from where you left the cave, and the wolves are there. So that's probably them you're hearing.
Okay, I guess you guys want to try to make it there, or should we stop for the night?
It's probably another at least 5-6 hours, maybe a bit longer, considering you're carrying an extra person.
And
you've already been
nightfall.
trekking for about 5 hours, or 3-4 hours. What was that?
And it's nightfall.
Yeah, and it's now night out.
Okay.
Probably 9 p.m. or so, is what I would say. The sun sets kind of late this time of year.
I say we keep going because I don't like whatever sound that made.
Well, that sound is. We'll say that sound is non-canon because that was part of the soundtrack, and I don't know what it is. So, it's a adult gold dragon that attacks you.
Well, we're fucked.
But yeah, do you guys want to push on, or you want to? I mean, how tired are our two carriers feeling here?
Should we roll for that?
Constitution.
Yeah, make a Constitution check. See if you guys both of you make a Constitution check. See how willing you feel to keep going. Right, so Ryle's friggin' bored as shit right now. Friggin' is not thrilled to be carrying this guy he doesn't even know.
He just wants to get to the closest inn so he can have a drink.
Exactly.
That's all he wants.
So,
Well,
friggin'.
if that's... Well, it depends, because if we stop, we'll either... Well, if we don't stop, we'll either get there in the early morning and do nothing,
Right, like there's gonna be nothing going on.
or we wait for the morning and get there at a reasonable time. Well rested.
I personally feel like we should stop to rest, considering we've already been on the road 5 hours and we just got done battling a whole
We
bunch
used a
of
lot of spells,
goblins
Yeah.
and a big wolf and a bugbear,
Mhm.
and we're carrying this extra dude.
And we know that do we definitely know that the wolves in the cave will not attack us?
Most likely they won't. They are familiar with Jackie's scent now, and they don't consider her hostile.
Okay.
But
They don't eat
but
fish.
Sildar is very bloody, so there is a small chance it might attract some predators.
Can we like wash him off in the river? Because that was right outside the cave.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll say you guys tried to bathe and clean his wounds a little bit, and he's not quite so bloody. But we'll say maybe I'm just throwing out numbers here, but a 1 in 20 chance that it happens.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
if we had like an arbitrary object that had 20 sides, maybe a one of those sides would be the wolves attacking you. So
I mean, if they come back, can't I just
probably
use-
yeah. So I wouldn't worry about it, guys. I'm not going to attack you. You guys just finished with
Okay.
your first thing, so
Okay.
You're not
Only
supposed
three
to
wolves.
tell us you're not going to attack.
I'm being nice. This is only our second D&D session. I'm not looking to kill you guys yet.
Yeah, be nice after
I
the first
have, I have plans. I have very
Yeah, he's got.
malevolent
He's
plans.
being nice now.
Yeah,
He's gonna be worse later.
Look at the freaking. Here, I'll put this in D&D Journal. This is what I sent Danielle earlier. Alright, so
I'll use cure wounds to brain back together.
to what?
Put his brain back together. It's all mushy on the floors.
Uh-huh. I don't know if that's gonna work. I'm sorry. Alright,
Do
so
we need to eat?
so
Or build a fire, for that matter?
you guys have some rations. You guys have stuff to build a fire. Is there anything you guys want to do before you rest for the night?
We should decide if anybody's going to take watch. I guess since Vic doesn't need to sleep. Is
I
that
can
fine?
agree.
I mean,
One direction.
would you guys know that though?
Oh,
Does
that's
Vic
true.
know that? Like,
Would Vic
does
know?
Vic know?
Vic, would you know that, and would you volunteer to keep watch?
To sentry.
Okay.
Okay.
Keep in mind, I can only sentry in one direction. So
So basically, we need a second person.
Well, where are we setting up camp? Are we just in the middle of the forest? Is there any, like, rocks around? Base, no, have our packages to be a little bit safer.
Not really. It's mostly just forest. There are some clearings along the side that you can set up in that look relatively safe, but you can either set up camp on the side towards the forest or the side away from the forest, which is a bit rockier, maybe not quite as comfortable. But it's up to you guys. There's not really any large rock outcroppings anywhere close to the road.
Okay.
I guess it's either a clearing or we didn't move far from the goblin cave and we used the what's called rocky outcropping from tunnels as our back.
is the Goblin Cave cleared out?
It's
It
like
is.
5
Well,
hours
you guys are
back
you
now?
guys have like trekked all the way back up the trail back to the
we're
main
5
path.
hours away.
Okay, I didn't know if we moved how far from that.
Yeah, you guys are decently far from it. Walking back would not be
Okay.
the best choice here,
Okay, then I guess clearing it is.
especially in the dark.
Yeah, I think a clearing would be best anyway, because then, we're not worried about people behind trees or animals in the trees.
Okay.
I
um,
agree.
So.
Okay, so you guys set up camp for the night. You have a fire lit. You have a couple of sleeping rolls laid out. Anything else you guys want to do?
Who are we going
Play
to
my
set up?
horn.
You're gonna
We're
play
gonna
your
set up-
horn.
Yeah.
All right, I'll play my bagpipe.
I'll play my whatever it's called. Whatever it's called.
Ocarina.
My ocarina.
Yep.
Of time!
Yes.
You're now
guess
sent
so.
back in time
Yes.
to right as Clark is about to hit Monty and his head gets crushed. So anything else? You guys just going to bed?
Yeah, I mean, well,
Are we going to set up who's going to be watching every hour instead of
Seth
every shift?
Seth
Other
can
than-
stay up all night, can he? He volunteered,
Yeah.
right?
But he can only watch one way.
Yeah, because he has to
So-
kind of sit inert. Basically, he's still aware, but he can't like move or anything. He's
Oh,
resting.
okay.
can I use my survival skill just to check the area and make sure it's safe?
Sure. Make a survival check. With your and you lost your character sheet. It seems safe enough to you.
Nice.
The wolf howls have faded far into the distance. They're miles off at the moment. You don't see any tracks or any large predators or anything.
Okie dokie.
Can I use my Constitution roll to volunteer to like stay up since I obviously have energy?
Okay.
Sure. We'll say you don't need to rest quite as much tonight.
Who take? Are we
And so,
doing this?
So you're gonna take first watch with Seth?
Yeah.
Okay. And does anyone want to take second watch, or are we just gonna leave Seth for the second watch?
I guess I'll take second watch.
How long are you guys resting?
We don't need. Do we need to sleep a full 8 hours? Can we get up?
I don't know if it's 8 or 6. To be completely honest.
Essentially lasts for at least 6 hours.
It's a DM's decision whether they want to consider 8 hours as a.
So yeah, it says at least 8 hours long, during which the character sleeps for at least 6 hours, and 2 of those hours are just light activity like reading, talking, or eating.
So we can't walk during that 2 hours. I guess you can't drag a person.
I mean, you could walk around, but I think that would be strenuous a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, so.
Around.
Okay. I guess I'll take a shift for 2 hours.
Okie dokie.
Who wants to take the shift after me?
I guess I can.
Okay.
Okay. What? So,
We need one more person. 'Cause every 2 hours.
well,
Unless Montgomery takes 2 shifts.
he kind of volunteered to stay up a bit later because he had a high constitution roll, so I'm going to say he only needs to sleep 4 of those hours. He'll take the first 2 shifts.
Yeah, okay.
What?
Just keep in mind whenever you turn to look at me and you start talking, it cuts out sometimes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't
Just
think
letting you
about
know.
that. No, it's okay. I'll move my mic a little more center. That'll help a bit. I'm sorry. Okay, so, go ahead and why don't you guys make, we'll have first watch, Seth and, Nathan, why don't you guys make perception checks?
Perception.
Well.
Nice. So, wow, those are really good perception checks. So you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. At one point during the night, you do hear a bit of like metal clinking or something like that. Like just sounds like someone, like it sounded like someone was walking, but then they just kind of scampered away at some point when you turned around.
It's kind of creepy.
But that was it. The rest of the watch passes pretty uneventfully. You don't see anything, no major predators. You see a couple of some squirrels and an owl fly overhead, but that's it. So with how good Seth's perception check was, I'll say the next watch also goes fine, and the rest of the night passes uneventfully. So it is now early morning. The sun's been up about an hour. You guys are up and moving. So go ahead and whatever you're gonna do next.
I guess we'll head to town.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are the same 2 people gonna be carrying the
Should we check
Sildar?
the victim to make sure he's still okay?
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea.
Because I mean, we did go a whole night, so.
Make sure we're not carrying a dead body.
Yeah, I know,
So
right?
I'll do a
so who's
medicine check.
all right? So medicine
I
check.
did a medicine check.
Ooh, okay.
That's a good one.
So you notice that he's running quite a high fever.
Okay.
He did seem kinda restless last night. He hasn't regained consciousness since, but he is running a very high fever at the moment.
Could I look for herbs to see if there's anything in or around the area or would I have anything on my person to, come up with something?
You're not really. I would say that you're not really sure what would help aside from trying to keep him cool. Let's see. You have your herbalism kit on you.
Can we do a nature check?
Hold on. Why don't you go ahead and make a nature check, see if you see anything.
Can I do a nature
There's
check?
trees.
No, we'll limit it to one, because Vorlisi knows enough that she knows she doesn't really have anything on her to help break whatever the secret is. She would rather have someone look who has a bit more experience, because
I have like a nature excuse.
it's probably best to get him back to town and try to keep him as cool as possible. Because you guys really don't have any context for where his roots came from, if he's been poisoned or not. This stream does kind of run parallel through the forest. You could try to get him some water if you want.
Do we know if he has a disease?
You don't know if he has a disease, even with her high medicine check. I would not say that you can identify what's wrong with him. Most likely, or at least he thinks it's some kind of infection from one or many of his wounds.
Okay.
And without examining them and unwrapping all of them, you wouldn't be able to tell which one.
Could I have changed his bandages at least to make sure that it's not like
Sure.
old bandages?
We'll say that you guys change his bandages. You put some new wet bandages with river water. Try and keep him cool.
Okay.
Was the river water clean enough to do this with?
It's a relatively clean spring.
Okay.
This area isn't like there are no major cities.
Because I could make water source, so that's what I was wondering.
No, it's fine. I wouldn't worry about it too much. For now, I would head back towards Phandalin.
Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me,
I guess-
Phandalin.
I guess
Phandalin.
Home of all the pandas.
I guess we'll head back to Phandalin.
Okay. So you guys approach. About 4 or 5 hours pass. Nothing eventful really happens. You pass a couple people on the road. They all kind of skirt around you because you're all a little bit blood covered and you're carrying what looks like a dead body. So everyone's a little wary of you. But you guys are approaching. You finally see Phandalin in the distance, and you're approaching it. You're approaching it from the north, and so you guys are
Might want
up
to change
here
the
on the
music.
map. Yeah, I'll go ahead and change it back to the other one.
Well, we're in town now, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm changing it back to.
Okay.
Hell, if I could type today.
Whoa. Can we approach the townspeople and ask them where they're going?
So as you guys approach the north of the town, this is the main path that leads to Phandalin. It's kind of backlit by lots of hills, and in the distance there's some like taller, like, not really mountains, but very large, steep hills with lots of holes dotted through them, because it is a mining town. Or at least I would have told you a little bit about the town, in that it is a slowly being reestablished mining town. But as you guys approach the town, 2 guards run up. It's not really much to distinguish them as guards. They don't really have a coat of arms or anything, aside from the fact that they're both kind of sitting at like sitting at the foot of like an impromptu tower. Yeah, by the way, Winston, I picked great weapon fighting for you because I figured that's what you would want.
Yeah,
Okay.
just trying to set it up.
Okay, that's fine. So two guards approach you. There's an older guy who has a sword and a shield, a leather jerkin, leather cap. He's got a gray beard. He looks kind of grumpy in general. And then a younger guy is kind of tagging along behind him with a bow with a bow slung over his chest. He's wearing much more casual clothes. He looks to be probably 25 or so. The other guy looks to be in his early 40s.
Grimard. Ren.
Their names are Grimard and Ren. The older guy is Grimard.
Okay.
And they approach you guys a little, as I said, a little wary, because they don't really, they recognize a few of you, but they don't, their eyes are drawn naturally to Vic, the large robot standing behind you guys. But they kind of ease up when they see Vorlisi standing with you, as they know her as she's from this town.
I'm waving towards them. Grimard, Ren, come on. Sildar is injured. We found him in the goblin caves.
So they hear you yelling to them. Grimard kind of meanders his way over there, but Ren kind of runs up and just widens his eyes, and it's like, well, he's just like, holy shit, we need to get him some help. And Grimard gets up there and he takes one quick look at him. He is an experienced soldier, it looks like. His sword and his shield and his armor seem to be well maintained. Vorlisi, go get your mother as soon as possible. And then him and Ren take hold of the and they bring him over towards the tower and kind of lay him down.
I tell the others, you guys wait here, or you can follow me, but I need to get to the temple. So I start running to the temple, where I'm assuming she would be in this part of the morning.
Give him a second. He has his headphones off.
Just turned the heat off. I'm sorry. I'm back.
I'm assuming she'd be at the temple this part of the morning.
Asking Grimard where she is. He says he saw her by the farm near the elderly farm near the church. The church is the yellow square.
Okay.
Where are they bringing the dude?
They brought him. They just brought him over. They just brought him over here and they laid him down. They actually, you know what? I lied. They take him and they start walking into town with him. And they bring him to.
Do they send me up ahead?
Yeah, so you go up ahead. You kind of cut through the fields back this way to get across to the farm. But they go straight to. They bring him to the inn where there's more space. They don't really have. There's not. They could have. I guess they could have brought him all the way to the church, but they probably.
That's
brought
a
him,
long way to bring that guy.
It's not a big place, but he is not in great condition at this point. He's sweating, and it looks like some of his bandages have already soaked through, and they've already soaked through a bit, and they're a little. Some of them are starting to look a little yellow as well. But Grimard bashes open the door to the Stonehill Inn. Hold on, I don't remember the name for the innkeep. 1 second, please hold.
Please hold.
Your call is very important to me. Your call is being recorded for quality assurance. Where the hell is his name? Alright, you know what? This is a website. I'm going to Control F. Innkeep. Okay, Innkeep didn't pop up. Oh, because Inn has 2 N's.
Good job.
Okay.
You okay?
I don't know, apparently. I had a long freaking day at work, okay? It was so fucking busy today.
No, it just sounds like a spelling error I would make.
It's just about 8:30, so I'm gonna take a break and grab a drink because my mouth is super dry.
Sam at 8:30 her time, but just
Yeah.
Oh, 8:30 your time. Okay, well, just give me 2 seconds to get a drink.
Take a break whenever
No. I'll only be. We're not gonna take a long break then, because I was thinking.
He's a thirsty
I forgot
boy.
about time zones. Okay. Where's your
Time zones need to be abolished.
Jared? In the bedroom.
It's always 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, that's where it is here.
How do I add my new
I'm gonna get a drink too.
skill things that I
Better
had?
go fill this back up before you put those
I fill
headphones
it
on.
literally.
What do you mean by
How about
skill
go
thing?
fill
I
it?
filled it last night.
I fill it every day for you.
Because you drink it all.
Because you don't drink enough water.
So you drink my
What do you
water.
mean by skill things that you wanted to add?
Huh?
What do you mean by skill things that you wanted to
Oh, sorry. The ones that I picked today. The Eldritch.
Okay.
invocations that I learned.
An easy way to do this is bring up your character sheet. Okay.
Yeah, got
And do you see where it says core or bio or spells? It'll be red. It's one of like the few colored things.
Yes.
There. Okay, go to spells.
Spells.
Okay. It'll have like a bar sheet thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you're going to ignore all that. You're going to go to the side. You're just going to ignore that. Keep it up there.
Okay.
Go to the side bar, and it'll have an eye up top.
Side
Where the chat is.
chat. Wait, I have the name.
It'll have the where you would find your character sheet, the journal, the eye, the
Okay. Oh, the eye. Okay.
yes,
Eye.
the eye. Okay. Search in for whatever you're looking for. Eldritch Blast, whatever it is.
Eldritch. What was it called?
Blast.
No, it's an invocation. Oh, it's agonizing blast and devil's sight. Agonizing. Gun.
It should pop up.
There it
That's
is.
one of the things. Grab it and slide it over to one of the spells, where it would be. Whether it be first, second, third, whatever.
I don't know. It's
What's going on?
It's a passive thingy, so does it go there or
What are we talking about?
Is it an actual spell or is
It's the Eldritch invocations that my character learned. I was trying to add them to my character sheet.
Is it a proficiency?
So Sam, if you want to just type it in, Sam, you can just click plus on features and traits, and it'll let you type in whatever you want.
Features.
I already upgraded your Eldritch Blast with the thing that you got, by the way.
Okay, I just wanted to have it on there. So,
Those cats are so cute.
So
you can drag and drop from the search engine to wherever you want, and it'll add it automatically. So you don't actually have to type in all the abilities to it.
Let's see. Do I need to change the source type, or does that matter?
You just change it to class probably because you got it from your class.
Okay. Okay, and I just wanted to make sure I had those so I didn't forget. So since Jared was AFK, but now he's not AFK.
This search engine helps with most things. It doesn't have everything, but it has a lot of it. Like, it doesn't have ceremony, but it has a lot of the other spells.
I don't know if I can try. Okay, we'll try. Okay, whatever. Why won't this go away? Go away. Go away, little pop-up.
Click the gear to close. Oh, wait, what are you talking about? What?
I was trying to click the stuff for the, that's not what I wanted to do either. With on the eye, with the class skill names, a little pop-up window that's saying stuff like, what they do, but it finally went away. Okay, I'm ready.
Are you ready? You good?
Yes, I'm just. I'll stop freaking out now.
All right. So is everybody here? Everybody's here, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I saw Seth click something with his mic, so I know he's here.
Here.
Okay. So oh God, I forgot the characters' names already.
Sildar, Grimmard, Ren.
All right, so Grimmard and Ren. Grimmard kind of just back kicks the door to the swinging door to the inn, and just Grimmard kind of just back kicks the door. He back kicks the door open, and just oh, you know what? I looked up the innkeep's name and I don't remember it now.
Donkey
Jesus
kicks
Christ!
the door.
Well, I went to somewhere else. Oh, here it is. All right, so Grimmard just kind of kicks backwards as he backs into the inn, and just shouts. No, there's so many character names to remember. I'm sorry, guys. I know the innkeep's name, but now I don't know your mother's name, Danielle.
Valdris.
Valdris. Okay, thank you. Toblin, have you seen Valdris? Where is she? And he kind of just bashes. He pushes a bunch of stuff off of the nearest long table and just kind of props it up. There are 3 large men sitting at the end of the table who kind of protest at this, the Grimmard. Jesus Christ. And Grimmard kind of ignores them, and he shouts for Toblin a couple more times. He doesn't appear to be behind the bar. Apparently, he's talking to the innkeep. Toblin kind of peeks his head out from behind. Oh, Grimmard, how are you? Danielle, have you found your mother yet? Are you already on your way?
I was on my way when everybody was moving down. So I have no idea if I found her. Do you want me to check or something?
We'll say. No, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna bother making a check. There aren't that many people in this town. But you found your mother. You're on your way now.
Okay.
She seemed extremely surprised to see you. She didn't expect you back for a few more days at least. But she sees the concern in your eyes and is hurrying now to the inn. Grimmard is now kind of frantically cutting off the bandages to check his wounds. What are you guys doing? What are you guys up to?
I'm gonna get a drink.
You're gonna get a drink.
I'm standing in a dark corner out of everybody's way.
Oh, sure, I can get you a drink, Toblin says. And Grimmard shouts at him. Toblin, are you fucking serious right now? You're not gonna, don't get him a drink, get some bandages or something. And Valdris, right?
Yeah, I think I pronounced it wrong, and it's Valdris, but yeah.
Oh, Valdris, Vorlisi kind of pushes the door open and enters in a hurry. And Valdris, her mother, enters not far behind her. Can I have a character description for your mother, since she's your character, kind of?
Yeah, you see a dwarven woman follow behind her. She has braided hair. It's red, green eyes. She seems very sure of herself and very much in charge of what's going on. She knows exactly. She's assessing the situation. She's going to get down to business. So she heads straight to the table and is going to work.
Your dragonborn cleric enters the inn with a dwarven woman she's calling Mother in tow. Are you guys doing anything else? You all just stand there? What are you doing?
Vic would like to make a medicine check to see if I should read the last rite. He should read the last rite.
All right, go ahead Right, Jesus, that's very fitting. Go ahead and
Was that a medicine check?
go ahead and make a wisdom check, Seth. What? No, insight check. Make an insight check, Seth.
Insight?
Yeah, make an insight check. Alright, that's not good enough. So you don't know these people, you don't interact with humans very much. All you know is that this guy's laying on the table dying, so you walk up to him and you start saying monk prayers for death and farewell over him. and friggin' Valindris just kind of shoves you out of the way. What the what are you doing? He's not dead yet. She takes a quick look at him. Toblin, have you put on the water for tonight's stew yet? Yeah, I did. I was just about to start adding to it. Did you guys want it? No. Bring the boiling water over here. But what about the stew? Toblin, if you don't get that water and some bandages over here right now, he's been in here 5 minutes. Why haven't you done this yet? And Toblin kind of he still looks confused by all these people who walked into his inn.
I go in like...
yeah, you gotta help him. You've known Toblin for some years. He moved here maybe 6-7 years ago. He initially wanted to be a miner, but he's really bad at it. He almost got lost in the caves 7 times.
Is he a dwarf?
He's not a dwarf. He's a human. I should have described him. I apologize. But he's a human. He's a human man, probably early 20s. But he is currently running the inn here in town. He has food and drink for sale. He has 6 rooms for rent. The guys at the end of the table, there are three kind of tall men, rough-looking, little bandit-y looking. I don't want to be stereotypical here, but they look a little bit like bandits. But they seem pretty upset by all this, and they're like, "Do you fucking mind?" And friggin',
I know the right thing to do right now.
What are you gonna do? Go ahead.
I'm gonna do a performance for them.
A performance? What kind of performance?
I'm gonna play my bagpipes for
You're gonna
them.
play
Help
your
calm them
bagpipes
down.
for them? To
Yeah,
calm
right.
them down?
Oh my God.
Do it.
Your goblin noses.
Alright, so it's not great. It's not great at all.
Can I chime in with my?
No,
to save it?
no, you're good. I think
With animals on them.
they wouldn't have calmed down no matter how good that performance check was. We're trying to fucking eat our breakfast here, woman. He's oh, hold on. Let me look right here. Hold on.
Can I cast, what was it, cause fear on them?
Jeez, so are you trying to attack everybody?
Alright, so hold on. Give me 1 sec to see what exactly he says to her. So let me pull up a couple things. Sorry, I'm still getting there, guys.
No worries. Oops. What did I do?
There's lightning freaking fall.
What? Daniel?
It's a strobe effect outside my house.
So,
Interesting.
bad weather.
Yeah.
So let's go here. Alright, no, that seems good.
Yeah.
Validris goes to the end of the table and friggin' picks up some of their bowls and moves them to another table. Friggin' tells them clear out to another table. I need this space. And friggin' they're definitely not happy with that. And these guys are relatively new to town. They only came here recently, like a couple days ago, while you were gone, Danielle.
I was gone a day.
Yeah, well, fine. Then they came within a day. They came while you were gone. I apologize.
I mean, it took us a day to get back?
I mean, you spent part of a day going out and then part of a day coming back, so it's
Okay.
currently like 1 in the afternoon or something. But they came in last night. So friggin' the tallest one of them, he's got a ruddy face. He's got like a reddish beard. He stands up in front of her. He's easily twice her height, and he says, "What did you say to me, you fucking rock eater?" And friggin' I'll roll this one in public for you guys. Hold on. I'll just do this. Oh, I don't have my phone. Where is it?
In your pocket?
It was right next to him, and he's like, I don't have my phone.
I thought he said he was putting it in his pocket earlier. That's why.
And then friggin' Village says back to him, she friggin' puts her hand on her mace and says, "If you don't get out of my way right now, you anvil dropper, I'm gonna knock you out." So they kind of back off and clear out because there's too many people in the room for them to really start a fight. But they pick up their shit. They friggin' toss some of it on the floor and just clear out of the inn entirely. And friggin' Toblin comes back in finally with a pile of rags, and Vorlisi is carrying a small pot of boiling water, or recently boiled water. I suppose it wouldn't be boiling right now. So the three of them, well, not Toblin, but Vorlisi and Village just start to tend to his wounds a little bit. And Village just kind of raises her hand and casts a cure wounds on him as well.
I really wanted to cause fear on one of those guys.
Well, they got annoyed to death first, so. All right, so now what are you guys doing? Jackie, what are you doing right now?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing around here.
I'd like to do something.
Go ahead.
Can I figure out where I could possibly, get a bounty for all these noses I've been dragging around?
I thought he was gonna say get a drink again.
I guess my character is just observing what's going on.
I will get a drink though, because it has been a long day for me, almost dying, staying up late. It's time to relax.
Poor Monty.
Yeah, poor Monty.
So you do know Toblin by name, just because you stayed here a couple of nights before getting hired. Both of you do.
What's his name? Toblin?
Toblin. T-O-B-L-E-N.
Toblin the Hoblin.
Like
He
Goblin.
is not a hoblin or a goblin. He's a human.
Oh, sure he's a human.
He's human.
Right. Can I take off his mask and reveal it to everybody that he's actually
Well,
a
that
goblin?
would be peeling his face off, and I'm gonna have to tell you. Okay, so he. I don't know. I was thinking. So things calm down a little bit. The healing magic she casts seems to have helped his fever recedes a little bit. She's not really, Villagers isn't really sure if he's in the clear or not. But she just kind of plops down in one of the chairs at the table and just looks around at you guys and just says, "Dear Lord, what on earth happened? Why are you back here so soon? Where's the? Do you at least have the box? Who are these people?"
Yeah. Well, we cleared out the goblins.
What goblins?
Well, that's what sort of happened to what happened to Sildar. We found him with a goblin.
What on earth were you doing in a goblin cave?
Well, and I put my hand on Finn's shoulder. lovely person. She got kidnapped by goblins. Her name's Finn.
And the box got kidnapped too.
So the way I think of Validrus is a little bit like to give you guys an idea, a little bit like Molly Weasley in her demeanor, kind but fearsome. And she kind of walks up to Finn and just like vigorously shakes her hand. It's like, glad. I'm not gonna say love after everything. Like I'm trying not to just use exactly the same words Mrs. Weasley would use. But she kind of shakes your hand, and just she peers a little bit at your vial around your neck. She says, "Nice to meet you, dear. Are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm fine. I was just having a nice time with the wolves up in there.
Dear, it's okay to lie. No one's fine after being kidnapped by goblins. She just kind of pats you on the shoulder consolingly and goes on to the and then she just pauses and she turns around. You two. I'm just looking at you for a dramatic effect check. I'm actually looking at you.
Yeah,
I'm
but
looking
you can't
specifically. Lidris is looking specifically at the two people with their backs turned to her at the bar, kind of hunching down, trying to avoid her. You two, come here.
Who, me?
Bodyguards. Bodyguards, come here.
Okay.
Y'all are in trouble.
So let's hear your side of the story. How did my daughter and her relic and this poor traveler get roped into being kidnapped by goblins? Do tell.
No. I didn't get kidnapped by goblins. Everything's fine. We just saw.
And you let her go after them? We're a few hours away. You didn't get any guards. You guys went into the woods to clear out a goblin fort.
Well, yeah, the box was there.
She kind of just puts her head in her hand. The goblins took the box.
Yeah, they outnumbered us 2-1.
Were you planning on telling me this, oh dear daughter of mine?
I was gonna ask for a new strap, but maybe not quite at this time.
She spins her finger. Turn around, and she grabs the box off your back and just glances inside it briefly and just has like a sigh of relief, and puts it down on the table. Well, I'm glad that you guys aren't dead, and that's the only reason that I'm not going to set the guards on you two right now. But you'll absolutely not be receiving any pay. She could have died.
Yeah, but she didn't.
All right, can I try to persuade
That's
her?
beside the point. Go ahead, try and persuade her.
Okay.
What are you trying to... Okay, that's enough of a roll, but you gotta convince me. What are you trying to persuade her of?
I'm gonna show her the 15 goblins.
What are you persuading her of?
Hey, listen here. I'm gonna say, look here, we're professionals.
She kind of gags a little bit. What on earth are you doing with those vile things? Get that bag out of here. Close that.
We
Dear
knew what we
Lord.
were getting into, and we were safe the entire time.
Dear Lord. Hold on.
Show her the mace you picked up off the giant one.
Ow, wow.
Dear Lord, where did Caliph find these two anvil droppers? Please, Lord, help me. She turns her back on you guys. She's ignoring you guys. I don't know what that persuasion check was for, but you persuaded her that you two are idiots. Good job.
Being psychopaths.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's fine with me. I got my fair share out of the cave.
So who else is there? So you two, what are you two doing here? She points to the two remaining people. The The giant robot and the elven woman.
Well,
Vic the Orb Shaper attempts to light an incense stick.
An incense stick. you
Love
see,
your character, Seth.
Validrus, you see, ma'am, you seem disturbed. Perhaps this incense stick will help.
how about incense stick in these trying times?
Okay.
Do I need to roll something to do so?
And what about you? And what about you?
Well, my friend got kidnapped, so I went after my companion.
Okay, so you were traveling with the Triton woman over here.
Yes.
Okay. So we've got two completely inept bodyguards. A daughter who tried to get herself killed. We've got a fish out of water. We have an elven woman who
Not a
apparently
fish.
dragging your fish out of water, and we've got a apparently broken construct. I don't. Does he speak? Can you speak? And she kind of just peers at you, and she's like, "Oh, there's a big crack across his chest. Do you think he's damaged?" Because she's seen constructs before, because her husband works with like different magic stuff. But do you speak?
Vic the Orb Shaper simply just holds his incense stick.
Alright, so we like sticks. Dear Lord, all I thought I was going to be doing today was blessing the crops. Alright, you and you, she points to the two bodyguards, pick him up, follow me. We're going to bring him back to the church, and then we're going to go see Caleb, see what he wants to do next.
What reason do they have to continue to follow her direction? They're not getting paid.
You two,
I'm just curious.
pick him up now.
I mean, technically, she could.
I mean, she's ordering them. I mean, are you
I'm
guys?
sure she could do
it's up to you
something,
guys if you
but-
obey or not. I can't make you guys, but
I mean, she could probably get the guards to do something.
I can play, but I can't
about-
do
how
anything
about-
until Ryle accepts.
How about only after a drink?
all right.
Bye to that.
Forget
Give him a
it.
drink,
Forget
go.
it. She puts her hands above her head and friggin' she's fed up with you guys. Monty grabs one end, she grabs the other. She has to hold him up kind of high because she is a dwarven woman, and she leads you guys. She leads you guys out of the inn and around the town square. People are watching your little merry train go by with some skepticism. And she's going pretty quick. She's like pulling you along, Nathan.
I am following with like, sort of a head between the shoulders, sort of like doing a guilty walk.
So what are the rest of you doing? Ryle's staying at the inn, I'm assuming.
Oh yes, I need my drink.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing? Are you guys following for Alicia, or are you staying at the inn?
Vic the Orb Shaper inquires of what's her face?
What's her face?
The mom. Who's ever leading this?
Okay.
If
Oh,
there
so
is
you are
a
okay.
cathedral.
That's. Oh, so you can talk. Yeah, that's where we're headed now.
Okay. Vic the Orb Shaper follows.
Alrighty. And what about you and Sam? What are you guys doing?
What is the mom's name again?
Validrus. Validrus Rowanhart.
They were originally going to, what was it, Neverwinter with the box, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm-
so this isn't the right place.
I'm,
Okay.
This is
I'm,
not
I'm still interested in that, so I followed them.
Okay. Sounds good.
My character. Do they have a library here? Do they? Do they have a library?
I don't think so. It's a pretty small place, and it's not really a place of learning. There is one place that would probably have some books. I don't know if they'd be ones that were interesting to you. The only so looking around the town, you can kind of see from one end of the town to the other it is not a large place. You see farms to the south. You do see a manor up on the hill. There's a decent chance of there being some books there, but you have no idea if anyone will let you in. You could ask around if you wanted, see if there's any books.
I decide. Is there like
Same
a
height.
center of town, like where people gather?
Yeah, right outside the inn. This
Okay, so I decided to stay around the center of town, and because Finn is curious, she wants to learn more about the location she's at.
Mhm.
So she wants to talk to the people.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, is that everybody? Did I get everyone?
Hey,
so we have-
Ryle's still trying to figure out how he can sell these goblin noses for like a bounty or something.
So do you want to ask Toblin?
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. I know there is actually a place that you can do that. I just gotta figure out which it is. And I'm on the wrong tab. Fantastic. All right. So you can ask Toblin.
All right, Toblin, and then I put this huge bag right on the counter. Okay.
And one of the goblin ears just spills out onto his clean counter.
I ask him, "Do you know where I could get a bounty for these?"
Oh dear Lord, please take that off of my counter.
What? It's fresh.
No, it most certainly does not smell fresh, and I am not going to give you another drink if you keep that on my counter. Please take it off.
All right.
Now, if you want to sell any monster parts, your best bets are either you could go see Vorlisi's father, Caleb. He might have a use for those, but I don't think goblin ears are very useful. You could go see Lenine Greywind at the trading post on the other side of town. That's probably your best bet.
All right. I'll go to the ladder.
Okay, to the trading post.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're heading there right now then? Did you get a drink, or are you finishing your drink first?
Finish the drink.
Okay. So while you're finishing your drink, we'll go over to Jackie, who is in the town square.
Do I notice anybody that seems like they would have some information? For us, Daddy?
Not particularly. There's the town, to give the guys a bit of an idea, the town is a mining town that's kind of built on and from the ruins of an old mining town that was abandoned for a long time. So there are some new buildings, like the inn is basically brand new because the old inn was completely destroyed. But the town seems to be in a perpetual state of repair and disrepair at the same time, somehow. There's a ton of people building stuff, and people getting rid of old buildings and tearing stuff up, and the center of town seems relatively well kept. There are a few people milling about, maybe like 5 or 6. Most of them seem to be avoiding your eye. It seems to be mostly humans in this town, aside from the dwarven woman you've seen so far.
And the dragon.
What dragon?
Or let's see.
Well, yeah, and the dragonborn, yes. But do you want to try to approach somebody?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a few. Do you want to approach someone older or younger? There's some kids running around.
Yeah, let me talk to the kids.
Okay, so you walk up. There's 3 or 4 kids rolling around a ball, just kicking it around the center of the town square. They notice you, and they all seem really interested in you. All of a sudden, one of the girls runs up and just starts turning her head over and over, and asks, "Why is your skin blue?" Because they don't see too many other non-humans here.
Mm-hmm. Finn explains that she's come from the ocean, in that she's kind of like a mission right now. And so her skin is blue because most of her race tried to blue.
The kid lost interest about 6 words in, and is
Because I'm blue.
That was a pretty long-winded explanation for a little kid.
Oh my god. Fine, to get the kids' attention, I'll use something. Give me a second.
What language do these people speak?
Common. Villagris obviously speaks Dwarven as well, and Vorlisi also speaks Draconic, but otherwise everyone seems to be speaking Common here.
Okay, so I pick up a unbudded plant, something that should flower, and I use my true craft to make it flower.
Like a little seed off of the ground or something.
Yeah, and I give it to the girl.
Okay. She puts it on her hair. She seems pretty excited about it. She says thank you.
I ask her if there's been anything else interesting in town lately.
Well, there's a bunch of scary guys staying at the inn right now. I don't like them, so we're playing on this side of the green instead of over by the inn.
Can I ask them if somebody told them to stay away from those guys?
Mom said they're not good people to be around, so I'm staying over here.
Okay. Can I go back to the inn?
Sure.
Okay.
So you enter the inn at the moment. It is it's like 3 o'clock. It's not really drinking hour, and it's kind of past eating hour. So the only people in the inn are Toblin, and Ren is still here. He didn't leave with Grimard earlier. Ren is sitting at one of the tables. He's kind of cleaning up the area that you guys messed up with putting him on the table. And then Ryle is sitting at the counter finishing a drink.
Can I approach Ren?
Sure. Oh, you know what?
Spelling it wrong?
No, I made those characters up. They don't actually exist in this book, so that's why I'm... Yeah. You can approach Ren.
So I approach Ren, and can I ask him if he knows anything about the 3 guys?
Which 3 guys do you mean? The ones who were in there in here at the table earlier?
Yes.
No. They rolled into town late last night and stayed here, but I've never spoken to them or anything. They seem like they're miners. They've got mining equipment, but they seem kind of rough. They've been pretty hostile to everybody they've talked to.
I tell him I appreciate the information. I go have a drink with Ryle.
Okay, what are you gonna order for a drink? You don't know any land drinks, do you?
Seaweed water.
I don't think we have seaweed water here. I could give you water with some lime in it. Would that be the same?
Sure. I'll try that.
Okay.
I don't know what lime is, but that's okay.
So, are you sitting with Ryle?
Sure.
Okay. Did you say anything when she sat down?
No.
He doesn't like me.
I'm enjoying my drink, damn it.
Okay. Are you gonna say anything when she orders water at the bar?
Yes. Under my breath, I'm gonna say, "Jeez, how weak can you be?"
Well, here's your water, and he puts a glass of water down in front of you.
I pour it over my head.
Hoblin's eyes go kind of wide, and he's like, excuse me?
I thank him for the water.
Toblin sits down, just kind of rubs the brim of his nose. It's been a long day for simple Toblin.
Nose is on the counter.
He's got water on his floor.
Okay, so you guys do anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So let's
I'm just gonna keep an eye out for the 3 guys.
Okay.
To see if they come back.
Okay. I will let you know if they return. They left and they walked towards Tribor Trail when they left. So they went out of the inn and went right.
Mm-hmm.
But,
can I track them?
You can go try and find them if you want to.
Do I need to roll anything for that? No. Survival?
No. I don't think it would be. You can ask people where they are, but you wouldn't be able to track them. There's too many people that walk these paths in town.
I guess that's true. Who else is around that I could ask? It doesn't seem too busy.
The only ones in sight are the kids and a couple of people coming in and out of, just entering and leaving the town green area.
Can I just approach the girl I talked to earlier and ask her if she can see the 3 scary men walk by?
Sure. She says yes, and she points off towards Tribor Trail. But that's all.
Okay, I just go that way.
So you're gonna go that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're approaching the end of town. You can see Grimald back in his seat, watching just kind of watching Tribor Trail. Not really doing much. It's not a very dangerous area typically, so seems to be drowsing a little bit in the spring air.
Can I? Well, I guess I'll approach him. I'll approach him and ask him if he'd seen the guys pass by as well.
What 3 guys do you mean? The tall fellows?
Yeah, the big burly guys.
Yeah, they walked off. They walked off up Tribor Trail about half an hour ago. So, why?
I was just wondering what they were up to, because they seemed kind of hostile this morning.
Yeah, I'd be a little careful of them. I'd be a little careful of them. They don't seem very friendly.
I acknowledge his warning and I go set up camp nearby. As in, I'm just kind of waiting and watching.
Okay. So let's go back to Ryle has finished his drink. So what are you doing now?
Alright, I'm gonna go to that trading post.
Okay, so you ask around in the square you ask Hovland where the trading post is exactly, and it's like basically directly across the square from the inn. So let's get back to. Oh, am I looking at the wrong place?
Yes.
Hold on. Oh, gotcha. I just looked at the wrong section. Okay, so the hanging above the front door of this smallish trading post is a shield-shaped sign. Has a blue lion on it. So you're gonna enter the building, and behind the counter you see a middle-aged woman. Her name is Toplin told you her name is Lenine.
All right, I'm gonna walk up to her, and I'm gonna show her my bag full of noses, and I'm gonna say, "Hello, Missy. Would you happen to have a use for these noses?"
First off, it's not Missy. It's Madame Greywind to you. I have no idea who you are, and I don't want anything to do with these noses. Where did you even get these from?
They're trophies.
Trophies. Trophies of what?
Goblin.
You're trying to sell me goblin trophies.
Yes. They're fresh.
Okay, when did you get them?
Just yesterday.
Yesterday isn't fresh.
Yes.
So you mean to tell me that you killed 15 goblins, cut their noses off, and you're trying to sell them to me now?
Well, I was with a group of people, but they didn't seem interested in their noses.
What use would I have for the noses?
Well, I mean, you could, grind them up, make a necklace out of them, something.
Grind them up into what? Who would wear a nose made of? She counts quickly. She just glances in the bag. 15. Who would make a necklace out of 15 goblin noses?
Well,
I sell nothing but the finest weapons and armor here. I don't sell goblin nose necklaces. Thank you very much.
Well, I mean, you could make a sword and use them as the guard.
A guard of... Right, get out of my shop. Come back when you have something to actually sell me, please.
All right, I'm gonna leave the store and go pursue the. What was the other option?
Friggin' they all went over to the church to where they keep all their healing stuff and like anyone who's sick.
No, he's looking for where else he can sell them.
Oh, where else you can sell them? Yeah.
He's looking for Kayla's store, is what he's saying. Which was the second option you
yeah, I did mention that. So
he would get there after drinking and trying that. Would he get there about the same time we might get there, depending on what we're doing?
Sure. Yeah, so
Yeah.
he gets to you get to the house. You go back and ask Toblin where to go for Caleb because oddly enough, they didn't want to buy the goblin noses. So you head north. You go past the orchard. There's a small house in the hills. It looks small, but it's well kept. It seems to have been built here. It doesn't seem like it's an old building, but there's curtains over the window. There's no sign or anything, but there is a front door that you could go knock at.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
Okay, so you hear a shout from inside the house. Yes, who is it?
A potential customer.
Well, come in then.
All right. I open the door and walk in.
Okay. So you open the door and you see just rows of potions and just packs of herbs. It doesn't seem to be organized any particular way. In fact, it seems to be random. There's herbs herbs on the shelves of the potions, and you see there are potions under some of the stacks of herbs as well. Everything just seems stacked a little haphazardly. And there is there's a counter, and there's a door. There's stairs to the right of the counter that go up to what you would assume is the living quarters. And then on the left, to the left of the counter, there's a fold up, and then there's a door to the back. And there's no door to it, but it's like an entryway to the back room. And
So there's no one in front of me, right?
There's no one in front of you. It's it seems to be empty. You don't see anyone.
All right, I'm gonna call out for the person I heard when I knocked on the door.
Okay. So he hears you. He says, "Yes. What do you want?"
Here, and I show him my bag full of goblin noses. Would you happen to have a use for these?
Considering I'm in the other room, I'm not sure I know what these are. Is there something particular you'd like to purchase, or is there something particular you'd like to sell? And you do notice. And you hear kind of a rumbling sigh from the back room, and yeah, you hear kind of you hear like a wooden thunk. You hear for the walking pattern, you hear like a wooden thunk followed by a footstep. And around the corner comes a dragonborn, black scales, taller. He looks kind of elder, not old, still fearsome looking. Fangs. He's got black horns that come up above his ears and just kind of curve back. And he's wearing quite nice clothing. I don't know what color it is, because Danielle didn't color the drawing she gave me.
Sorry about it. Do you want me to send the picture?
Yeah. No, it's okay. What color would you say? What color would he wear, Danielle?
I don't know. I guess browns or reds.
Okay, we'll go with reds since that's like a kind of nice dyed color. So he's wearing like a brown and red, like a brown and red with like a little bit of gold trim, jerkin with like, and he's You can't see behind the counter, but he is visibly limping. He has a staff he's leaning on, which has kind of a curved top that wraps around like a glowing. What color is the orb, Danielle?
Oh, you're
forget.
including the staff?
Well, I mean, he's using it to get around, isn't he?
I didn't actually think there was an orb in there. I guess I'll go with.
Well, there's an orb in it once when you had it, right?
According to the picture I showed you, there's actually no orb in the thing.
Okay, well, there's no orb in it then. I apologize. It's like a curved kind of dark brown wooden staff that he's leaning heavily on, and he kind of hefts down onto the stool behind the counter and just he waves his hand a little bit, and at the end of the counter where you're standing, because he's at the far end of the counter from you, you're kind of standing in the center, but he's all the way on the left, sitting on a stool. There is there's a ledger in front of you with a pen and ink, and the quill kind of floats up and dips into the ink and gets ready to write. And he says, "Okay, what would you like to order? Is there a specific potion you want, or are you here to sell?"
I'm here to sell.
Okay, well, let's see what you have.
All right. Should I just pour? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pour out the 15 goblin noses right there on the table, and then I'm gonna say, "But wait, there's more." And I'm gonna get through my bag, and I'm gonna get the one massive goblin and put it right in the centerpiece.
Now he's sitting up on the stool, and he's just got both hands. His fingers are just latticed across the top of the staff, and they're like in front of his mouth right now. And he says nothing. He just stares. What color are his eyes, Danielle? Red?
Sure.
Okay. He just stares at you over the top of his staff, and just raises his eyebrows and leans his head forward. It just he doesn't say anything.
I know, right? I just got these yesterday. They're quite impressive, aren't they?
You do realize he hired you to protect me, right?
Oh, I forgot that he would. I forgot that.
That's what Valadris said, at least.
That's true. That's true. So maybe he. I don't think he would have gone in person. I think he would have told Toblin to hire 2 people who seem trustworthy at the bar. I think that's probably what he would have done.
Okay.
But he just raised. He doesn't. So he doesn't know who you are right now. But he just raises his eyebrows and continues staring. He just waits.
So, how many apiece?
Why don't you make me an offer? How much are these worth?
Well, considering how much of a rarity goblin noses are, I mean, you don't really see them every day now, do you? I'd ask for 1 gold piece each, and I'll even throw in the massive nose for free.
That's a lot. He's gonna beat you with his chain.
Lord. So, oh man, trying to think what he would even do here.
Has the Siri come to investigate what the happening?
1 gold piece apiece. One gold
like
piece
Jackie's
each is what you're asking, correct?
Yeah.
He casts acid bolt at the pile of goblin noses and melts them. he then opens. He leans under the counter, pulls out like a decently sized box, maybe like 1 foot by 1 foot, and opens it. And there's a bunch of freaking goblin noses in there already. He's like, "Nobody will pay you for goblin noses. You understand this, correct?"
So you're gonna tell me that these valuable noses used to be valuable noses are worthless?
Yes. Were there any goblin shamans with them? Did you kill any goblin shamans?
Well, I killed a big one. I mean, you see that big nose? Man.
Did you get any magical crafting items or anything magical or anything that's even remotely useful?
Well,
They were
Maybe.
useful until we burnt them.
Now, if you truly, truly needed these goblin noses, you can take 15 from this box and take your leave, but I will not be paying you 1 gold apiece for goblin noses. I apologize.
okay, let's see. Do I make a necklace or do I leave it?
Are they in a stasis in the box?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
otherwise
they
they're
are.
gonna be rotting.
Yeah,
Okay.
he has a lot of little stasis jars and boxes that he uses to keep ingredients fresh.
So they're gonna start rotting the second they're cut out of the box. Just to warn you.
Ryle sighs and says, "Well, you can't say I didn't try."
Oh, we'll agree to disagree. But I hope you have a good day.
I'm gonna take one nose from the box and just walk out the door.
Okay. So as you leave the confines of the house, the goblin nose starts to quickly decay and turn to mush in your hand.
Would you always have to keep them in stasis to use them as ingredients?
I don't think so. I just thought that would be funny for him to do. I don't think they would have to stay in stasis.
He just happened to
I think
pick a
they're.
really rotten one.
I think they would probably be more like dried goblin noses,
Yeah.
like just leathery and small.
You.
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 Number stuff.
Ow.
Alright, so, alright, let's, now that we've determined goblin noses aren't worth any money to anyone with reasonable sense, you know, I think your problem was that you tried to sell the goblin noses, not tried to sell, hey, I cleared out the goblins.
Well, that's what I tried at first, but, you know.
I mean, who knows where those goblin noses came from? There's some random guy no one knows in the town.
Hey, they're fresh, okay?
On the bright side, there's so many goblin appendages left you can try to sell.
You're right.
God,
I should
don't
go
give him
back.
ideas.
Goblin eyes, goblin ears, goblin teeth.
Should have got the bones. Make a cool armor piece.
There you go. You can dress yourself in goblin gear.
You can dry them into little goblin nose jerky and eat them for snacks.
I want to make a bag out of goblin noses only.
Delicious.
Just skin the goblins. Make a nice purse. Sell it to an old lady. She would never know.
Goblin head purse.
Exactly.
This is fine leather we have here.
Little shrunken
What's the
animated
leather made
goblin
out of?
heads. That's all.
So, are we going to take a break since it's around 8:30?
Oh, yeah, we should. Which is good, because I didn't know what I was doing next, so give me a second.
Well, good. Now you can plot something evil. Let me see what I want to eat. I was gonna get Dad to pick up a burger, but I don't really want a burger.
Right back. I want to check to make sure I put windows up.
And I will post.
Burger Day, Sam. You have to have one.
It's National Burger Day.
Look it up.
I don't know if I want something that heavy though.
Yeah. I'll be back in a minute, guys.
Well, it is National Burger Day. Wow.
Stashed my burger
I'm
there.
gonna
and
be
he
right
didn't
back.
have a burger. It's disappointing.
Okay. My really poor character drawing.
No? Why
Everybody
would that
can see
count?
it now.
Am I doing okay?
I really don't know if I want to do it.
You call that a poor character drawing? You should see my character drawing.
Ooh, that looks like yummy. Where the heck is that?
Hey, where did I put it earlier?
It's fine.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It's very funny.
Gotta have me Lucky Charms. Alright, be right back for real.
I'm just worried about this going long because I do have that interview. I want to make sure I'm ready for that.
Well, what we can do is you can stop. What time do you want to stop?
It looks less blurry
Why
if
don't
you
stop
actually
at 10,
click
and
on
I'll
it.
just sit here and work with them on like buying stuff. Because people are gonna want to buy stuff. That's fine. We'll do a little bit because I want to get through.
Yeah, I know there's normally like one battle a session, but
We didn't. We're at a bit of a lull right now because I got to set up for.
right,
I
and we just
don't
got
know.
to town.
This is our first roll because last time was basically all battle.
I don't know.
There was like,
I want oysters. I
and
know
this time it's like basically no
I
battle.
want
So
oysters.
it's, I'll try to balance it a little bit more in the future.
I am not at Spyglass Court, but
It was also slow going, and we started late, and I was hesitating a lot. Hey, what are you bopping me? Bopperino. Oh, okay.
If I get this job, should I just do 1 week's notice?
bad thoughts creeping
Slow
in.
down training. Oh, well, I mean, but you're going to take a week off. So.
I kind of wanted like
You
a
said you were
Caesar
gonna give 1 week
salad or
notice.
I
something.
mean, unless they're needing me to start training immediately, like next week.
Well, you can also ask what their training hours are going to be. Because maybe they're going to be reduced and you wouldn't mind doing that. It'll be nice to have our weekends back again. Nice.
Right now, we're lucky if we get 1 day a week together. Sometimes we don't even get that.
It was so busy. I got so much done today. I might actually be able to not have a to-do list for once tomorrow morning, which is crazy. I've only got a couple of things to finish that I honestly could have done today, but I wanted to get out a few minutes early. Yeah, it's really good.
Friday, because I get out early, I'm gonna work on the house, okay?
Okay. You're gonna work on my cleaning. I'll help Friday night
Hello?
too.
Hello?
Okay.
What's up?
Not much. Is everybody still away, or?
I think so. I haven't heard anybody talk besides you.
You have no fear.
I don't know. Maybe I will get a burger. There's nothing else to get.
Stop thinking about the weathers. Okay.
Yeah, I felt like the interview went really well, and like
Everyone who
we said
interviews you loves
we
you.
desperately need people right now, and
They're almost too good. Okay.
and I was like mentioning like how like at Rotman's there's a lot of lulls and stuff, and it's hard for me because I like being busy while I work. I like having things to do, and he's like, well, that's definitely not how it's gonna be here. We'll definitely have you doing things, etc. So I mean, he like the way he talked, it sounded like he was okay with hiring me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, like, he said my name as in, like, I would be working there almost, in a way.
Yeah.
I don't understand why that other support specialist, online support specialist job requires patent qualifications. It's so stupid.
No, people are just retarded.
Like, what does that make a difference? I understand if it's like a...
People disqualify it. They more take it as like a show of initiative, but I think in this day and age, I think degrees are bullshit. I think is if someone's willing to learn.
Now.
If someone's willing to learn, I think they should be hired.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the person, not their fucking achievements. I mean, you could hire some friggin' homeless person off the street and have to be the best employee you ever had.
Right.
And there's plenty of I know tons of people with bachelor's degrees who suck at their jobs. So, I mean, I guarantee half the fucking TCs I know that suck at their jobs have degrees. And they suck dick at their jobs.
If they don't pay for training, though, that's going to be a problem. I don't think we can go 4 months without me getting paid.
Well, there's no fucking way they would not pay you for training. There's no fucking way, huh? You crazy?
Oh, I don't know. Nothing was mentioned about it, so... just to make sure. Just make sure it's paid training. No.
Why? Looks good. It's probably just stale. Because they probably leave stuff in their case for forever. Not bad though.
The inside's good.
It's not, it doesn't crunch like it's stale.
No, I don't think it's stale. I think it's just hard. It doesn't taste like it's stale to me. It's just hard. It's hard to pastry. Can I send it? Yeah.
Okay. That was freaking amazing how you dumped the water on your head.
Why was that amazing?
That was exactly what you should have done. It was perfect. That was a role playing moment.
That's why I wanted my water on my fish.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I wanted to see you.
I was hoping he'd suggest something stronger and you would then get drunk, but...
Mm-hmm. So cute. He's so pudgy. Where's the marshmallows? They're in the bedroom.
Oh, why did I put them burner?
I don't know, that's where you put them. Yeah.
Alright, let's get back on.
I have 5 faster foods I can use now.
I do too.
Oh god.
I like the way they do the procedural word stuff.
What do you mean?
Like the...
Let me get it started, just in case.
Did you want pink one?
I just realized I should have put the pictures in the character
Are they
art.
good?
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah. There's varying qualities of marshmallow.
How dare you?
There you go.
Hello.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Thanks, friends.
Welcome back.
So, is everybody here? Are we all good?
I'm sort of online ordering. I mean, I can sort of do that while we're doing stuff, but
Okay, I'm not in a rush.
Okay, because Dad said not yet, so I'm just queuing it up before I order it. And I guess technically I would order it anyway, but sometimes they take a long time getting him to check. I'm just babbling myself now.
Maybe because tonight we can go quite so long, we could have a mini session Friday.
We could, if everyone's available. Send more
Right,
Fridays.
if everybody's available.
Pickles.
I mean, I'm fine with being flexible with our sessions. Maybe next week we can do Sunday and Tuesday.
Extra pickles.
If people are okay with that. I just feel bad that I'm kind of cutting it short.
Yeah. So, is Winston back?
I don't hear him.
I killed him.
Oh, well, he hasn't.
What happened?
Apparently
Or
she
Goblin
killed
Noses.
Winston. Winston's dead. Now, if he had walked into the Lion Shield Coster and said, "I cleared out the nearby Goblin Fort," is there a bounty for that? I probably would have paid him. But instead, he tried to friggin' haggle for a gold piece per goblin nose.
Not only that, he's like, "Hey, girl."
Exactly. He's not good at making friends. He is
Hey,
not.
chica.
What? Jackie says your art looks good, Sam.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Sam, I was so excited when we were working on. Do you want to describe your weapon to everyone, Sam? Your new weapon that we came up with?
It's a chain whip. No, it's a sickle chain thing.
Yeah, it's basically that one guy from Bleach whose weapon I friggin' love.
Except better.
No one's better than Hisagi. I'm sorry.
Is that what your character looks like?
I think so. I mean, I say I think so. That's what I kind of came up with. It's just sometimes if I'm not quite sure, I'll end up doing alterations on next pictures. But I think that's pretty much how she's gonna look like. With the aside of maybe making her hair a little bit straighter on the ponytail.
What color is her hair? Is it still black or?
Yeah, black.
Okay.
I'm keeping the same colory things.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Alright, I'll get a drink while we wait for Winston.
With this random
Okay, bye
video.
forever. Oh man, is that Shamir or is that
Who?
I didn't.
161.
I thought that character seemed bad.
I have 161 plus. She's
Oh,
good.
okay. I gotcha.
She's actually really good for mid game too. 61 to 160.
I'm gonna look at that tier list because I gotta change my team. I'm having trouble with chapter 9.
She was not great for tier 1. I mean for early levels though.
What are y'all talking
Are you
about?
still in the mid tier right now?
A phone game Jackie and I have been playing called AFK Arena. Yeah, I'm only at level.
You guys
1,
play that too?
120. You're playing?
Yep.
Ooh.
Seth is playing too.
Oh really?
Oh shit.
Wait, we have to add him now.
Yeah, friggin' what's your name, Seth?
Wait, I gotta get rid of
It's
somebody.
AFK, yeah, AFK Arena. That's what it's called.
Who should I get rid of?
I don't know anybody.
Seth, you'll be happy to know I'm getting a burger.
Do you have a guild, Seth? Are you in a guild?
Yeah, I am, but
Burgers
I
are
don't mind leaving it.
I wonder if mine
They
has
are
a spot
good,
right
but I
now.
kind of wanted a salad, but there's no good salad
Yeah,
places.
my guild has spots right now.
Oh shit! Let me go get my phone.
You can
He
if
has
once
to
you
wait.
you have to wait an hour after leaving a guild before you can join one. Just so you know.
Yeah, but I should probably leave now.
What's his name?
Yeah, he's getting his phone on.
That's funny that he...
That's funny.
Has anybody seen the new Pokemon movie? It's
How do you
adorable.
do
I
those?
want to go see it.
Detective Pikachu, I heard it was good.
I don't remember how
It
to do it.
is.
Our guild leveled up. What are you trying to do?
How do I even like send an invite?
What's your guys' name?
Dredane.
What's always his name?
I think. Yeah. How do you add someone? Oh, add friend. Yeah, you can just add my name, Dredane.
Where is it?
You go to your friends list, and then click friend settings and go to add friend.
Oh, I didn't see it earlier.
I think hers is Senta, right?
Yeah, what's Seth's?
He's gonna add us. I just got a request from him. Sethiro. Oh shit, Seth's ahead of you.
He's ahead of me?
I'm just,
No, I didn't start playing until like 4 days ago.
Which one are you?
Which
There's a
one?
lot of Sentas.
What's your name, Seth? Those have around you.
Sethero.
Sethiro. Hey, no, but get out of there.
Is it with a ton of O's at the end?
Just 1 O.
Just 1 O. Actually, I can give you his friend ID. Hold on.
Do that.
Are you level
113 135 63. What were you asking, Seth?
I was asking if she has the Belinda avatar.
She's adding you right now. I gave her your ID.
Okay. Oh, no, she doesn't. Yeah, I was going to add the wrong one.
Good job. That's sort of fun.
Unfortunately, I can't send any more companion points today. He has 2 of the big dudes in his party.
Apparently he likes them. You know, I didn't even think about that.
No,
Can you put multiples? Can you put multiples? I never thought about that at all. I emailed. Friggin' Jesus! I sent you our guild ID on Discord once your timer's up, Seth.
Sure.
He has to leave his guild first.
He did.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. What else was I gonna friggin' say?
I do not know.
I don't know either. We're not gonna go too much later because Jackie has an interview really early tomorrow. So what I was thinking was we'll finish up. Sam says good luck.
Thank you.
What I was thinking was we're gonna finish up this little segment with Velidris, right?
Mm-hmm.
With Velidris leading you guys to the church, and then we'll end there for the night. I know we didn't really get to a combat, but once Jackie leaves, we'll you guys can all kind of figure out what you want to buy, because you guys are gonna have an opportunity to shop and spend some of your gold if you want, and get some basic shit if you want. We can just get that taken care of now.
Okay.
What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
And if you guys are interested and we have time, since we didn't have as long of a session or get to any combat, I could probably run a Sunday and a Tuesday session next week if you guys were interested and available. But that'll be up to you guys.
Yeah, if y'all want to just do one, that's
fine. Because combat's faster for me to run. It's just I'm still getting used to this whole role-playing thing. But I could run combats every night if I needed to.
Whatever everybody wants is okay with me.
Yeah, I'm fine doing doubles.
Jared, I'm stuck.
Oh, are you?
I can't get through this one freaking battle because of this stupid Savius.
You poor baby.
And Seth's using Savius as his icon, so he's evil.
I have Savius, but I just feel like he doesn't do as much damage on my team as he does on theirs.
Well, because he's not as high level.
Yes.
It's like when Yasuo's on your team. Did y'all see the Mordekaiser rework?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, did y'all see the skins?
Did they come out the splash arts for them yet, or no?
No,
I don't
Okay.
think
I don't
so.
give a shit about the in-game. I just want to see the splash arts.
The Karma skin looks good.
I gotta see these.
Oh
skins.
yeah, that and
One
the
of these-
Shako skin.
One of these days, guys, if we ever finish this campaign, maybe I should run a League of Legends campaign.
That would be fun.
That would be kind of interesting, I guess, but I don't know how I feel about playing one of the...
You don't have to play a champion. Make your own freaking champion.
Okay.
You can be Yumi.
That's true, I could be... I wouldn't have to do anything, I just attach myself. Are they gonna do anything with Yumi, by the way?
Delete her, hopefully.
No, I mean like...
Seconded.
No! What is wrong with you guys? She's not OP.
Delete Yumi.
A lot of people ban her because they don't want her on their team because they feel like she's not good.
Oh, I feel like she's decent. I think she's super friggin' annoying.
Apparently, she's OP with Evelyn because she's stealth too, and her
Yeah,
Q's
yeah.
and
Does
Does she
her
do that with Timo too?
I cannot for
I
the
don't
life
know.
of me beat this freaking level, Jackie. I'm telling you.
Twitch. I can't help kill this one.
Stop being.
Well, that's something y'all can test out.
Yeah, as I feed on Evelyn.
I think in Timo it's not as good because the point is like Evelyn gets to move around freely, and Timo can only be in bushes. Maybe
Yeah.
like when he gets this update in like 2 years.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll ever bring that
Camo.
live.
Right?
There was one night I was stuck on this fight. Not this one, but a different one, and I like spammed it 40 times until I finally won.
I don't think I've ever heard of this one. I don't know what team to use. I just seem to die every time. This is the stupid assassin's boss.
I'm just having problems with Savius wiping out my entire party, and there's nothing I can do about it.
I get constantly die to the dragon fights with a really obvious ability in ESO. Like it's strafing and it just, breathes fire, and somehow I'm just standing in it.
I think Winston's ever come back. Is he dead?
No.
He's still on
I
mobile.
killed him.
Clearly,
I
he
just,
went
I
deep.
just noticed it said he was on mobile. Man, it's gonna take me so freaking long to get all the purple dust to get past 120. Absolutely ridiculous.
You could get 6,000 dust for $99.
Yep, I could. You're right. Spend $100 on this game.
Or you could do the
Seems
daily
good to
one
me.
that's $4.99 and get 600 dust.
Oh, that one? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a daily one.
Well, I don't really want to spend a ton of money on this game.
I've already spent much on it.
This is the first time I feel like I've hit like an actual like a stall wall here. It's gonna take me weeks to get that much naturally.
Stall wall.
I don't know. Okay.
Everybody's dead. Battle.
Rip.
Hope he lived this time. Second, I'm gonna die. Maybe this will be the time to actually win this fight. Probably not though, because I have big centaur dudes on top of them.
Just
Big centaur dude and jerk. What?
I don't know. I'm just reading things. It's so expensive.
What the game?
No, just everything. This game hates me.
Do. Instead, I'm gonna have to leave by the time he comes back.
Basically.
Well, wouldn't what we're doing be same time as what he was doing?
Yeah, so during the time, so we're gonna have to flash back a little bit, like that beginning part, like by the time Raya left to go try and find someone to sell things to,
Should we just continue with some of
so
that
basically,
right now?
so to set the time frame here a bit, by the time Ryle is leaving Kalith's, you guys are a minute or so away from getting there, so you're gonna encounter him on the way.
Did you hear me? Home?
What?
Should y'all just do that till Winston's back then?
Well, I guess, yeah, because he's not technically part of that group. Might as well do something instead of sitting around. Hold on. Oh my god. Okay, good. And nothing useful from that. Okay, so, everyone else is here, right? Everyone but Winston.
Yeah, I think so.
So, you guys are walking to,
The church?
You guys are walking, yeah, thank you. I forgot the word for church. I was busy eating this chocolate raspberry tart I have here, and it distracted me.
That sounds delicious.
It is. It is quite delicious. But regardless, you guys are walking to the place of worship for the goddess Faerun, the goddess of nature. Villagers has calmed down a little bit. Not so mad, especially now that the more infuriating of the bodyguards is not around. Monty's kept his mouth shut the whole way there so far. So you guys arrive at the church. You bring him in. There's some acolytes milling around, some other members of the church, and there's one door to the right where there's a room for sick people that they take care of, sick or the infirm. There's not too many people in there, but that you guys get them settled on bed. Villa just puts her hands on her hips and kind of sighs. Well, that was an eventful morning. So let's go see Kay. Let's see what. And oh, she also had you bring the box with you. Where is he?
Yeah.
And she hands it to another of the acolytes and tells him to go put it away for now. You'll see it again, but just not yet. All right, let's go see your father, see what he wants to do next. So, you guys are gonna head over to see Caleb.
So that other guy just resting?
Yeah, he's just resting. He's still unconscious, but he seems stable. He seems to be
okay,
breathing normally now. And he's in good hands with the acolytes.
Okay.
She does send one of the acolytes to go get Sildar's wife, now that he's stable. Because he does have a wife who lives in town.
Does he have any kids?
No kids, just him and his wife. His kids, they come around occasionally, but they're mostly off doing their own thing. Where did I put it? His wife's name is Anida. But you guys won't see her yet anyway, so you guys are gonna you guys are gonna leave the church, head over towards back towards the center of town. And she kind of turns and examines your motley group and smiles a little bit, and then just keeps walking.
Finn,
And she said, what? But
I was wondering if Finn followed the guys all the way out, or did she come back to the middle of town? Like, would she meet up to by the time we were in the middle of
you're
town?
just kind of chilling at the...
I'm chilling kind of every day.
She's chilling at like the gate to Tribal Road. You'll probably be able to see her with her distinctive blue skin from the center of town. But maybe not. I don't know.
Okay, what was the villager saying? Sorry if I...
So upon asking her what that look was for, she just says that it's an odd group you've assembled here. There's the construct monk that's following her. There's a winter Eladrin. There's a dragonborn, and there's a human duelist
with his bejeweled saber.
Nope.
Doesn't he have like a V-neck chainmail too?
Yeah, yeah, that's what me and Nathan were saying. His chainmail is a V-neck. Super deep V-neck.
I have a name for it here. Let me pull it up. I think it's like flamboyant chainmail.
Yes.
Yep. What is that video you linked?
Hey, good morning. Good afternoon.
It's a fucking long video.
I can't blink them. I'm not a bamboozler, Mom.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that video you linked?
It's good.
Okay,
You ever
but
heard
anyways.
of Gus Johnson?
No, I know who that is. I just fucking. What the fuck is that video? Hello, kitty. Kitty. She's purring. Oh, excuse me, guys. So, isn't it rather late in the season for a winter lodging to be out this far from the forests?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. All right, nice and cryptic. I like it. Village just shrugs, and you guys continue on. You're now in the center of town. Is there anything you guys want to do, or anyone gonna split off, or what? What are we doing? Are you guys gonna continue with her and Vorlisi?
Yes.
Sure, it's interesting enough.
Okay.
Vic the Orb Shaper needs to pray.
So there is a shrine in the center of town, separate from the church. Just a small shrine to Favorine. Are you gonna pray there? Are you gonna jump? What are you doing?
The Shrine of Luck.
Seth?
The Shrine of Luck sounds good to me.
Okay.
Or to Vic.
No, use a
Not
little
me.
luck.
So you're just gonna go ahead and pray there then?
Yes.
Okay. Are you gonna stay there, or are you gonna continue on with them?
I'm going to stay there for a while.
Okay.
You're going
Sounds
to
good.
get a luck point.
I don't think luck is a stat, unfortunately, and I already gave him inspiration, so he basically has luck. So you guys continue on. You come to a minute or so later. You come by Ryle walking by, who he seems. You guys would not believe how rude that guy in the house was. He did not want to pay anything for those goblin ears. In fact, he even burned them. And now I don't have any goblin ear. All I have is this one goblin ear now.
Noses.
Oh, noses or whatever, guys. Okay.
They're noses.
Okay, they're noses. I'm sorry.
You are forgiven.
Good. But he... Lyndris just kind of shakes her head. I don't know if he's going to continue with you guys to the house or not. For interest's sake, we'll say he continues to the house with you guys. So Valid just opens the door. Opens the door and just shouts to Caliph. Caliph, Vorlisi's back. He shouts back from his workroom. Oh, good. Welcome back. You guys would not believe the idiot I just had in here trying to sell me goblin noses. And of course, Ryle is standing there. And friggin' you hear him clomping back out. He wanted a gold piece for... Oh, he's here. Well, he just kind of stops and looks at him, and then friggin' he kind of glances at you guys. So you're back rather early. Is everything okay? Validris kind of steps forward. So it turns out she went and cleared out Cragmaw Hideout. His eyes go up. His eyes move in his skull and reposition them. His eyebrows. Well, I don't know. Do Dragonborn even have eyebrows?
Eye ridges.
Eye ridges.
His eye. I'm not gonna remember to say that every time. His eye ridges go up. Oh, did she now? Hello, kitty.
Yeah. Good friend, someone got kidnapped, so I decided to help them out. And I'm looking away and looking all over the place, but not quite at my parents. Because I'm obviously not telling. Yeah, Yeah, someone got kidnapped, so I decided to try to help them out. Yeah.
Religious says, yeah, was there anything else that happened that you might want to tell him about? Something involving an item that was lost?
Well, it wasn't necessarily lost. I knew exactly where it was. I just needed to grab it.
From Cragmaw Hideout. That's where the box went. The relic we entrusted to her, she let the goblins have. She just handed it right off to them.
I didn't let the goblins have it. They just grabbed it off of me. And I am like completely like twitching and trying to avoid looking at my parents. Like tails sort of like nervously wagging and all the obvious tells of a child being in trouble and trying to get out of it. Yeah. They snapped the strap while I was trying to help someone in need, and it might have gotten away.
Well, the good news anyway is they found Sildar. He's in bad shape, but he's okay. His wife's over there with him now. Okay, that's good, he says. He's been missing a while. That's a long time to be in a goblin cave. Did you guys find anything else in the cave, at the very least?
Is Vic with us?
Vic's not with you guys at the moment. He stopped in the center of town, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been interested in that. You guys can go get him, or you can tell him about him if you want.
Yeah, we found a construct. He said his name was Vic. And he started praying in the middle of town. I try to point, and but he's not here right now. But yeah.
So you brought...
Sorry about that, Dad.
You brought an unknown construct back to town?
Yeah. I wasn't quite... I thought you might be interested in that. I did... Yeah, I did realize that I crossed out the arcane runes of... what was it? Immobility?
Yeah,
or
immobility.
Yeah, I scratched them out.
Okay, so so it doesn't seem to be... It doesn't... What's the word I'm looking for here? It doesn't seem to be aggressive, but I am worried it's a little broken, dear. I think you should probably come to town and check it out. He's in the center of town right now. So Caleb nods. He still seems flabbergasted that you brought a unknown construct from a goblin cave into the center of town. Kitty, don't fall. Where are you going? Kitty, you're in the way of my screen. I can't read.
Really, that was her plan.
It was.
Alright, so Caleb he casts Levitate on himself, and he's going to float along with you guys towards the center of town.
I guess I follow.
Okay. So they reach the center of town. Caleb is floating along in front of you guys. It's a little faster for him to do this than to try and walk with his missing leg. Because he is missing a leg. It wasn't a limp that was behind the counter. He's actually missing the entirety of his... He's missing most of his left leg, it looks like.
Does he have a peg leg?
He does not have a peg leg, no. He mostly walks either... He gets around with magic or with using a staff.
There is a picture in the general chat. Switch it over to the character art. Look on.
Can he use his tail as a leg?
He can support a little bit, but it's not really capable of supporting the full weight of a body. There's cat hair all over me now.
Imagine that.
Yeah, no. So he reaches the center of town. Let me see. Excuse me. He reaches the center of town. He ends his levitation spell. He's standing in the center. He raises his staff. He raises his staff and kind of stamps it on the ground. Says a few arcane words, and a magic runed circle appears around about a 5-foot radius around Seth, around Seth's character, around Vic. And he says, "Okay, should be safe enough to approach now." And he goes, he can walk through the circle, but no one else can. And Vic can't get out of it. So he walks up to the edge of the circle, casts Detect Magic. I'm telling you guys the spells. I guess technically you wouldn't know what spells he's casting unless you knew Detect Magic, but cast Detect Magic, cast Identify. Spends a few minutes walking around in the circle. Are you doing anything, Seth? Or are you just sitting there?
I was using my prayer wheel until I got circled.
What did you do then after you got circled?
I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on now.
This entire campaign so far has just been one long session of confusion for you.
This black dragonborn is just circling you for no reason. And your companions are just sort of looking on. Not doing anything.
Vic feels threatened and wants to attack.
Oh. So are you just like readying to attack? You're just putting your hands up?
Yep.
Okay.
I pull out my arm quarter thing. What is it? Arm staff.
Arm staff, yeah. It just kind of... So the way the arm staffs work is the hand kind of like folds in and then like the staff pops out. It's like collapsible. And it's attached to your arm so it can't really be disarmed. If that makes sense.
That is what happens.
Alright, so you're gonna try and attack him?
Yep.
Okay, so
Monty says to Vic, I would be careful, I don't know much about magic, but I have a feeling he could blow you up.
So you try and step out of the circle and it flares and you're kind of knocked back a little bit. I don't think you're able to get out of the circle. If you do want to try again.
I try again, yes. Do I need to roll something?
Okay, so Caleb is kind of still walking around in circles. He's not really... He's ignoring your actions for the most part. He's mostly examining your body. He's just muttering. He's just muttering to himself. Really odd to see a war forged here. I wonder what it's doing out this far. And he says to the people behind him, your group. He says, "Okay, I'm going to take a closer look. Just stand back." And he steps into the circle. So what do you do, Seth?
There's no place to hide, is there? I can't hide behind the shrine?
Nope. It's like a 5-foot circle that kind of had the shrine at the edge of it.
I only have 4 instances left, so I'm going to try to attack.
Okay. He casts Levitate on you. So you're no longer touching the ground. You begin to float up slowly into the air. What do you do?
I start praying in Dwarvish
Okay.
about being saved by the demons. That is this dragon guy. Being saved from the demons. That is this dragon guy.
Look, dear, he speaks Dwarvish. He seems kind of excited about it. He's not. He's definitely, absolutely not threatened by you. He seems more intrigued. But he finally finishes taking a look. He shouts up to you. I mean you no harm. I'm gonna let you down, but you need to not attack anybody.
Vic nods his understanding and uses his arm staff
Okay.
and bows.
So he releases the levitate spell and he floats slowly to the ground. And he says, I'd like to take a closer look at that crack across your chest. Is that okay?
Vic nods.
Okay. So he takes a closer look. And he lets the magic circle go after another minute or so of examining you more closely. And he beckons villagers back over. Definitely doesn't seem hostile. He seems to be fully functional. The crack across the chest seems to be mostly cosmetic. There is a good amount of magic leaking out through it, but oh, you finally got through that level. You've been spamming it for the last hour. Okay, so why don't we stop here for the night?
Okay.
Did they need to do some shopping first, or are you gonna leave it at that?
If you guys want to come up with whatever you think you would need to buy, and just give me a list, and then we'll just take the amount of gold out you need to.
Okay.
Just
Sounds
at some point. What'd you say, Nathan?
Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, just let me know, and I have a list
All
of
the
prices
stuff.
and all that. So
What are the items we can buy?
Yeah, I was gonna
Pretty
say,
much.
yeah.
why don't you try and buy whatever you want to buy, and I'll tell you whether the shop's
What
out.
does
or
that
not.
mean? They're like a weapon upgrade, armor upgrade? I don't know what we can buy.
30 gold is not a ton. Supplies and like small useful items are probably what you would look for here. Not like a new weapon or a new armor.
So
Do we need to buy food?
If you guys want to buy food, you can. Probably won't charge you for it. 'Cause I'm
Don't
not
forget, you need to speak into your mic, not at me.
Sorry. I don't know, but if there's anything specific you guys want to buy that you would use while out adventuring, like I don't know,
Give us an idea.
like rope or torches or any of that kind of
Okay.
stuff,
Like survival stuff.
like survival type stuff. Yeah, like
Okay.
I don't want to give away the good item ideas to you guys.
Okay.
Hey,
Can
ready,
we
you
buy a
guys?
gun?
Oh, Winston's
I mean,
back.
guns technically might exist. Technically.
Maybe.
But
So after that little debacle, general thing is that everyone kind of goes back to what they were doing. Caliph and villagers go back home. Vorlisi and the rest of you guys are kind of standing in the center of town now that you kind of have their blessing to go about your business. Basically, now that the drama's kind of over.
okay. Do I still have my will I still have my mission to bring the box to Neverwinter, was it?
If you'd like to go ask villagers about that after, you can.
Okay.
Of course, it's so loud.
Oh, wow.
You guys
And-
didn't say that you moved, so you all got run over. You're all dead.
Trample.
And I guess I can stay at home so I don't have to worry about the price for an inn.
No, you don't.
Okay. If we're staying overnight.
Yeah, it's just like.
Can we all sleep on your floor?
I don't think
Well,
there's
the
quite
thing
enough
is,
room.
well, the thing is that I still need bodyguards if that mission still exists.
Yeah.
So I still have to ask if the mission, if it still does. I have to see if I still have bodyguards for that.
So, a couple of things that were said. Caliph did indicate to you that he'd like to take a closer look at you at some point, Seth, so you may want to go see him at some point. You don't have to right now, but at some point. But one last thing at the end for you, Jackie, before you go, since you're leaving. Caliph also pulls you to the side. Wait, no, where are you?
I'm not over there.
Alright, well, I guess you don't get it then. Whatever. Were you heading back over towards the center of town?
Sure. It's getting late.
So yeah, it is starting to dim out a little bit. There's only another hour or two of sunlight. It is now. You guys have time to go a couple of places. We can figure that out through text chat over the course.
What does he tell me?
So you walk over and you join the people that you know. You join Threstra and Lucy and Monty and Vic, who are there, and I guess Ryle's there too. So you guys are all back in the center of town. Caliph inquires if you were the one that got kidnapped, and you said yes. He also, same as Valid just did, but a little more closely, takes a look at your takes a look at your necklace. He takes a look at your necklace and just kind of says, "Huh," and then he says to you, "You know that's gonna hatch soon, right?" And to you that means absolutely fucking fuck all. You have no idea what he's talking about. But you just seem confused, so he just shrugs and walks off after talking to Vic as well.
Okay.
But let's see. Anything else? Or did anyone else say anything to anyone? No, I don't think so.
Winston died.
Religious. Yeah, you died while you were outside, Winston. Religious did say to you, Vorlisi, to just come see her later, and they'll talk about the mission more.
Okay.
But that's it for now. Sorry we didn't get to any combat.
That's okay.
I mean, we basically did only combat last week, so.
Yeah, that's true. So.
And I'll try and be more prepared for next week. I was not greatly prepared this week either.
Alright. So if y'all want to do 2 sessions next week, just let us know. Otherwise, it's fine if we just do 1.